So should be live in a sec or two.
But yeah, so
okay.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves PvP, especially playing solo, it's pretty difficult, especially if you get matched against someone who's really good.
Are we talking about Thieves Caesar or Sparking Zero, right? Okay, so we're live.
Sparking Zero. Well, that's the thing. Like, has Sparking Zero PvP, like, has the meta changed that much? Aside from be Broly, go Sparking mode, and win.
Well, actually, Gray, one of the reasons why I wanted to stream this with you is I'm making a third and final installment. This will be my Rise of Skywalker for this trilogy of Sparking Zero videos.
Oh God!
Right, but part of it is that I did want to see, like, give the game some time for a bunch of updates and see how things have actually changed. I do have there have been multiple updates. Let's see, one in December, January,
and
April.
They just added Shallot yesterday.
Exactly. They also just added Shallot. So there have been, it appears, 4 updates: December, January, April, and June. So 4 updates to adjust the game here and there. I have the very first one pulled up, and we can really go over it, later in depth. But first and foremost, you want to just run a set?
Yeah.
See ya.
Alright.
As I said, it has been quite some time since I played this.
Oh, good. We'll be in the same boat, because I just hopped into practice mode and be like, okay, let's remember how to play this buddy thing.
Okay, so it should be player match, right? Let's see. I could create a room.
Hey,
rank.
how come Vegeta's not here?
Oh, wait. How do we...
Piccolo might be disappointed if I lose.
Let me see.
I can't let him down.
Limit 15.
You've grown to become quite strong.
Oh,
Online battle.
private slots. Yeah. There it is. So I should be able to send you an invite. Invite a friend. Yep. Gray Walker.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So I have seen, just, through Twitter and actually looking at the patch notes, I've seen some of the things that have changed. You talk about the Z Broly meta that has been nerfed to some extent. So if you're in Sparking and you're just mashing everything, you actually do less damage. So there's a smaller incentive there. One of my biggest things is I want to see what has changed for, like, the CPU and single player content. It's just so much that I need to check on. But it's set to the standard 15. So let's just go full character, load out,
Yeah, I'll just use the one that I had loaded from last time.
Hell
in my
yeah.
villain lineup.
Trying to find my team, my boys. I could just go full degenerate with using only DLC. And then, if I win... Oh, I was only using DLC. Motherfucker. Oh, there he is.
My turn.
Oh, I was a bit too slow on my last one. Oh, it gave me Piccolo. No, it didn't. Well, I'm already at a point handicap, but it's all good. It's just how I play. So apparently we could both skip the intro if we both, like, hit skip.
You will make me crazy strong.
So now so technically we don't have to look at all that. Yeah, so we can literally just get right into it.
There we go. That felt familiar.
Now it's gotten interesting.
Got you.
Hell yeah. Hey, Gray, remember this one? Swiggity swooty. Nah, I'm not gonna play like that. I'll actually, but we'll save the being a degenerate for later.
Ready for this? Here you go.
Pitiful.
I didn't dodge. Rip. I guess all the haters were right. It is just one massive skill issue.
Pitiful.
Damn it.
I hate that so much. Like, the fact that we both get stunned. I really do think that's one of those things where the person trying should only get stunned. The fact that it also puts, you know, it punishes me for properly blocking, but it's like the stream has barely begun. I'm already bitching, right? It's like, Chaz, are you even trying to have some fun?
Stand aside.
Hello, monkey. I'll get it in time.
Yeah, check this out.
It's the lag. That's the only reason.
Pay dearly for that. Look at that display.
I believe this is one of the unblockable ultimates. So. No. Oh, sweet. So, like, the where the hell did my opponent go bit has been adjusted. Like, I instantly locked back on. So I think that was one of the changes that I did see. Nice counter.
Let's play for a bit.
Ooh, nice.
Too slow.
You'll never defeat me with such paltry power. Tagging in.
Okay, so I guess it just immediately locked on. We'll, or maybe not we, but I'll make sure I test out that kind of shit. How do I oh yeah, it's
I'm
like
gonna
this.
show you what a real Super Saiyan looks like.
She cute. Man, the things I wish she would do to me.
Feast your eyes.
Is it too early in the stream to, you know, just be a super degenerate?
My second form makes my previous look tame.
It's never too early to be a super degen.
Thank you, Gray.
Super Saiyan degen.
Ooh, nice.
Where you looking? Get out.
Ooh, nice dodge. Or was that after image? Ha! I can't dodge. It's not a skill issue. Or was that wild sense? I can't remember. I know I activated it, but
You'll regret this.
oh, I did not dodge that one.
Well, that was like multi-shot stuff, so.
Yeah, but
Switch.
okay. So did it immediately lock you on? Like, there's no where
Yeah,
are
basically
Good.
immediately.
good. Nice dodge.
All right, let's do it. Be gone. Eat me. Almost. Be gone. Not on Ray.
Oh, hey, remember this one? We're finally gonna get a more accurate version of this fight.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Got you.
The lag! Oh no, it's so laggy! Don't worry, you will have dodged that without the lag.
I'm ready. Got you. You idiot. I've got to stay alert. Special mean cannon. I'm ready. Not on Ray. Not on Ray. Is inevitable. I'm ready. Not on Ray.
Good times.
Yeah.
Still not strong enough. I have to keep playing.
So one of the things I really want to see is you remember like the just mashing the attack button thing that I showed off? No, my biggest problem with that is that specifically against the CPU, they never block. Like after the first 8 hits, you can block. And my biggest issue is that the CPU never did it. So it makes every CPU fight just devolve into that strategy. So I'm really curious to see if they actually updated the, character AI.
Okay.
Let's see.
I just want to jump into one of those then.
Oh, no, let's just keep playing. Like, that's one of the ways to learn, is just play the game. Alright. Chaz didn't goon hard enough. Okay, you know what? Don't worry. I'll swap my team to be the only gooner team.
Fighting you will make me
So one of the reasons why I'm making a third installment, it's more just I don't want to just make a video because Rinse do. I want to actually see if there's something extra I can say. And the meta narrative around Sparking Zero is the fact that it did some, shady stuff that other games wouldn't have gotten away with. Like, if you pre-ordered the deluxe edition on Steam, you got access to the game 3 days early. And that's just like, it's nowhere near as bad as something like a microtransaction or loot boxes, but it's still just a little extra bit of monetary incentive. Just get that little extra bit of money,
Yeah.
And it's also just a practice that's becoming more and more, for lack of a better word, normalized, is deluxe editions give you access to the game early. And I don't really like that. I think it's just because it's one thing to give you access to, DLC before it happens and shit like that. Like, oh, you'll just have access to it, and over the course of the year the game's out, you'll save like $5 or whatever. I think that's fine, like whatever. But it's more of the fact that it just felt like they're just trying to squeeze out every little bit of money that they can. And with Sparking Zero, no one batted an eye. And I was one of the suckers that got it, I bought the deluxe edition specifically so I could stream it 3 days early.
Well, that's the thing. Instead of like basically review copies, whereas like
It's now
positive PR. Now they're making you pay for review copies.
Yeah, it's now basically just the streamer tax. The only people that really buy the game are like the diehard fans or the people that desperately want to stream it.
Laughing at me?
Gosh, she's so cute when she does that. Just anything at all.
Can you keep up with this? Got you! You'll regret this!
Ready for this? Here you go!
So my idea is that Sparking Zero did a couple things that, if Call of Duty or FIFA gets released early and they're buggy messes on launch and there's so many problems, no one bats an eye to criticize it. Everyone's just ready to shit on it and say like, for what? The past 10 years, all I've heard is just the gaming industry is dying. It's horrible. All these companies are able to get away with these horrible business practices, yada yada. And Sparking Zero comes out and kind of does the same, on a lesser scale, but the same general idea. We're gonna make sure the game has extra monetary incentives and shit like that. And it's a buggy launch. Maybe not buggy is the right word, but it was a... it wasn't a very good launch. There were a lot of problems with the game day one, and then when you criticize it, what are the responses? Oh, it's just day one. Wait for... I was literally told I should have waited to make one of my videos for the patch that will, like, guarantee fix it. I'm just like, what the fuck kind of...
Well, personally, I think the reason for that is, like, with Call of Duty, Call of Duty fans do not give a shit about fucking gamer reviews.
Yeah.
Like they do not care about public opinion. They're there to play. Same with FIFA. Like, do the kind of people who play FIFA strike you as the kind of people who give a rat's ass about what the average reviewer on the internet says?
No, of course not.
Yeah, no, like they're not part of that nerd subculture. Dragon Ball fans, on the other hand, absolutely are.
It's literally the joke of,
Like,
oh, the game doesn't have it doesn't have a ball or a gun, therefore I'm not going to play it. Or...
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, whereas number two, any sort of smaller studio is gonna be like, oh no, the reviewers can actually hurt the sales of this. Like, Call of Duty could come out where it's like fucking 0 out of 10 trash. I think, like, what's the worst selling one? The one where they put that, like, prosthetically armed female on the front or whatever?
Yeah, something
where they
like
tried
that.
to sell, like, hey, World War II had fucking crippled women in it. Like, that's basically about as bad as it gets. Like, and even, like, and that was, like, sure, not great, but it's not like Call of Duty lost a shit ton of money on that. They just didn't make as much. Now, whereas Sparking Zero, like, enough bad PR and the game might actually flop. So, or at least that's what the audience fears. Because people do pay attention, people will make different decisions, and it's, well, despite being as popular as it is still a niche subculture sort of game. Plus, again, more hardcore fans. There's no one who's super hardcore about Call of Duty. Like, you don't get the fanaticism of Call of Duty versus Battlefield as you do as Nintendo versus, like, PlayStation.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where, I mean, in the sense of, like, people making YouTube videos talking about what's going on, is that a lot of people did make videos talking shit on Sparking Zero. And, I'm obviously one of them. But it's just... the general defenses for the game, I'm just thinking, are you gonna give the same luxury to other, games as well? Like, oh, give it a few days early, or give it a couple months for the patch, yada yada. But also,
No, because they don't care.
Yeah. So
It's their fan thing. That's all it is.
and I think the title of the video is going to be The Rise and Fall of Sparking Zero. So that begs the question, has Sparking Zero actually fallen off? Like, that's... And by all means,
Well,
I don't think so. I honestly don't think...
well, we can take one look at the Steam player count and
Well, okay.
see if it has.
But here, well, actually, I did, and it's averaging about 1,000 players concurrently. Now, obviously, going from day one, 120,000 to like that quote-unquote low, it might look bad. But when you think about it from like that's every game though. Like most games lately, you know, they come out, they sell well, and the player base, you know, falls up, you know, goes down a bit, and like that's fine.
Well, okay, you're talking a less than 1%. Like, fall off, sure. But let's compare it to, say, Elden Ring. Like, I guess that would be one metric to go by. Okay, how the... Like, yes, like I'd compare it to Elden Ring because that one has also had DLC releases. It has a PvP mode and a PvE mode, and that's also just the only thing that comes to mind right away. But yeah, but if you compare it to Elden Ring, does Elden Ring have a player retention rate of less than 1%?
Yeah. What the fuck happened?
Yeah. We'll check after this, but that would be...
Yeah. Hey, I'm trying to like think. Was I being way too hard? Because the thing is, like, when you really dislike something, because towards the end of one of my videos, I do try to use that as a point of like, oh, haha, the numbers are getting lower, but that's most games nowadays, and that also doesn't account for people who play on console, right? Like, you can't just dismiss people that exclusively play on, you know, PS5 and all that.
You need metrics to measure it in somehow. If you say like, oh, well, that metric can't factor in X, Y, Z factor, at that point you basically say, well, then what metric could you use to determine it? Oh, well, no metric's good enough to determine it. Okay, then it doesn't matter. You have to have at least some standard metric to measure things by.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no point in measuring anything, and you may as well say, this is whatever I believe it to be, because you can't prove to my satisfaction otherwise.
Yeah. It's like the skill issue argument. Oh, I'm gonna hit you with, you know, it sounds like you just have a skill issue because I can't measure how good or bad of a player you are, so I'm just gonna assume you suck, and therefore all your arguments are invalid. So...
Well, no, but this is like where someone actually offers a form of evidence, and you're like, well, I refuse to accept that.
Yeah. But another idea of, like, has the game fallen off is, did we expect too much of it? Because the way we... For example, let's say there's a game company showcase... actually, 2 days ago, Arc System Works released a game showcase. And everyone in the chat is like, oh, Dragon Ball FighterZ 2, Persona 5 Arena, the next Blaze Blue game. Everyone's expecting in the showcase we're going to be given something huge. And that didn't happen. It was just a 30-minute showcase of, like, here's some future releases that are going to come out. By all means, it was just your standard showcase. But when people expect to see all this big shit happen and it doesn't happen, does that mean the showcase itself was really bad? Did the showcase fall off because you just expected too much of it? So like with Sparking Zero, did the idea of the game falling off is just because the majority of people expected too much from it? And I'm just going to talk about it because, like, on one hand, it is the developer's fault. When they told that there's going to be a world tournament, I expect that the game's going to have a really good, in-depth, well-thought-out PvP. And then it didn't. There were a lot of exploits, lots of cheesy strategies that people were disqualified for using. And in the character customization options, every character has those 10 customization options. All of them are X'd out. So I'm expecting, am I going to get some shit or not? So I expect that on the developer side. But on the other side, did I expect more than just the Dragon Ball story mode for the 20th time? Now, we did get the off-branch stories, which are the best part about the story mode. So, did I expect too much from it?
Well, okay, well, the thing is, that is standard. The off-branch stuff has been around since, at the best of my knowledge, at least Budokai Tenkaichi 2. where they've had what if plots. And like honestly, and those plots were way more in depth.
Yeah. And that's
So,
another thing of like,
like-
did you expect too much from this game because you've had 20 years since Tenkaichi? You know, and that's like,
Well, I'll say what. Okay, bare minimum.
yeah,
Like here's the thing: if it's 20 years since Tenkaichi, I am expecting at the bare minimum Tenkaichi with improved graphics.
yeah, and we got that
That's it. Did we?
eventually with the patches. I assume.
Did we get more in-depth side like optional storylines? No. Did we get even equivalent mechanical depth and balance? No.
Yeah,
Like we got flashier graphics.
and
Sparking mode is new, but that's it.
we also got some dumbed down mechanics like being able to hit grounded opponents with rush supers, which, like, yeah, that
So
just
so, like
yeah.
we got flashier. We got flashier, but worse.
yeah, maybe not
Now,
worse
and
but
here's the thing. So
lesser.
let-
Like I'm
okay,
trying like
if we
yeah.
need to be diplomatic with the language, sure,
Yeah.
lesser.
Like the thing is, I don't
But
want to
now
go into.
Let's compare.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, let's compare with Elden Ring, okay? Because Elden Ring, Soulsborne, like Soulsborne game, so it also has a legacy, had really high expectations.
Ready up
was
though.
hyped
I
as
need
shit.
I need this content. This is background footage as well. So like,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, we'll get back. Yeah, I just had to pull this stuff up on the side. Anyway.
No, you're good.
So, all right. So Elden Ring, all-time high after launch, March of 2022, 950,000. So
Okay.
close to 1 million. So
I'm done with you.
whereas top players right now, about 40,000. 24-hour peak, 55,000. So compared to Sparking Zero, which had an all-time peak of less than 1% of its original audience, Elden Ring still has close to like 4 to 5%.
Okay.
So, like, and you know, like 10 times the initial launch, but okay, more niche game.
Nothing but slack off.
But a retention rate of 4 times that. So like if Sparking Zero had like 4 to 5,000 people on, then I'd say that it fell off about as much as Elden Ring did. But quite frankly, Elden Ring has a more in-depth PvP system.
Got you.
Like it has a more in-depth campaign, it has a more in-depth PvP. Like yeah, the budget was more, but
Not through with you.
where'd all the money go?
Shit.
Like if you got to be really honest, where did all the money go for Sparking Zero?
To the graphics and paying the voice actors, because that's another.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's the thing. It's I'd say voice acting, because do you really say that Sparking Zero has like that much better graphics than Elden Ring?
For some of it, sure, but
Like it's got the look, it has the anime aesthetic, so right
Yeah.
away you're saving a ton of money by not needing like the advanced texture layers. Significantly fewer character models to work with. Like I think that Elden Ring has more bosses than Sparking Zero has characters.
You'll regret this.
But do I at least understand why I'm trying to go forward with this video? It's just like, because like I'm trying to make sure it's not just me repeating the same crap.
Okay.
You know?
I don't know, Chaz. Honestly, I'm trying to think like what is your thesis? Like because are you trying
I mean,
to
okay, part of it
say
is
that, like has it gotten better, and does it now justify the price point?
so, yeah.
Like is that your thesis?
Well, part of it is like I talked a lot of shit and I said they should change X, Y, and Z, and I want to go back. back and see what they changed, right? Like, did they actually fix it? So that's part of
Have
it.
they fixed it?
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is like, did they fix the whole search thing?
Yeah.
Yes. Like lock
Yeah.
on after getting knocked away. That has been fixed.
And also
so that's an improvement.
And they all also hold up. So like this combo, you can no longer block that. Like I pointed that out to you, like we were labbing it. You could block the basic aerial combo, and it's like they patched it, so it's like that's good that they did the bare minimum of patching the basic air combo. So it's like, you know, like I said that they should change it, and they changed it, which is good. And also, Gray, come on, Brent Stew.
Yeah. Well, no, but again, it's like I still don't get like what the thesis is. Like, are you walking back your previous?
No.
statements?
Well, as I said, part of it is like, did we expect too much of it from the get-go? So the fall off feels worse than it was. And I'm asking that.
And I say 100%. I say 100%. No, we did not expect too much. They delivered a product. Okay, like let me put it this way, Chaz. If Budokai Tenkaichi 2 was out on PC, I would much rather play that than Sparking Zero.
Okay. And I'm saying this as like I'm asking the question that I'm gonna give my thoughts.
Yeah, no, but that's my answer. Because like, even environments. Because here's the thing: back in Tenkaichi 2, like if you fired off your ultimate attack, like Frieza's Death Ball or like Goku's like Uper Gabame or whatever, you did change the environment. You could send Namek from peaceful into absolutely everything is fucked mode.
Yeah.
You would literally change the arena.
Oh, we also need to do like a beam struggle. I want to see if they added like an actual number that tells you who's winning, or if it's still just the.
Well, I need
to
switch to someone who. Let me switch over to Cell then.
Yeah.
All right. How do I...
Sweet.
All right. Yeah, get your Kamehameha charged.
Yep. I mean, I'm good to go. So you just fire yours off.
Here it comes.
So it's still just. It looks like it slowed down the speed of the actual thing, but I have no idea. Like am I winning or losing?
I mean, I guess you gotta like try to press it when it hits its maximum, but before it caps out.
Yeah. It still just feels like. It's still just like Raging Blast, you know, actually gives you a number to work with, so I prefer that.
Yeah, so like it's still obscure, and I'm pretty sure the tutorial still doesn't cover it in depth.
Good job, good dodge. Damn it.
Death is inevitable.
Man, I do not have my vanishes on point. It's a skill issue, Gray.
You can't.
Fuck!
Old man's getting the suck.
I can keep this up. Keep on trying.
I feel like Perception got nerfed. Like not being able to compare it right away, but I feel like Perception was a bit stronger before.
Yeah, we could check patch notes, obviously.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Time for the Kamehameha! No way!
Now that's like your standard combo right there. Like
Yeah.
if you can't at least pull that off, like, you know, in game without it feeling like absolutely terrible.
You fell into my trap.
It's also pretty laggy, but I mean that's just our connection. It's not necessarily the game's fault, but still, it's like
Yeah.
a nice dodge. Nice, nice, nice.
You all right? Quit running.
Yeah, I'm not trying to come across as like I'm walking back everything I've said. Absolutely not. But games can
Like, put it
improve.
this way. Okay, yes. Is it, like, I'll admit, is it improved over what it was? Yes. Do I still think that it was better back then? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that the older versions of the games were better.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this.
Oh, it's Charlotte.
Here I come.
I'm using the broken DLC.
Is inevitable. Not good. Wild cannon.
I'd best lend a hand. Let's play for a bit.
Can't tell if I vanished that or you just fucking missed.
I think I missed. I didn't hear the vanish effect.
Yeah. Whee!
Play for a bit.
Mash, 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 mash.
Let's play for a bit.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Too slow. You'll never defeat me with such...
My real power. I need more power to catch up and push beyond.
Now, feast your eyes!
Thanks for playing this with me, though. I know,
Yeah.
might have been a bit last minute.
makes my previous move.
Any last words?
Ooh, damn good dodge.
I'm trying to remember how to do all the transform stuff.
It's like up on the D-pad, but
Gotcha.
there's like a certain amount of
Yeah,
time.
but then there's like a secondary thing, and you gotta have. There we go.
Yeah.
Let's fight in the form that Frieza never fucking used for more than like how long?
I wonder, can Shallot transform?
Was it worth the wait?
No.
Probably. I assume he can go high.
No, he can't. It's just base Shallot.
Really?
Even though the whole point of Dragon Ball Legends is he gets every fucking form.
Not even close.
I mean, I'll be honest. I know Shallot more from the Devil Artemis videos than anything.
Yeah. Same. And, like, that's another thing that I want to touch on is when it comes to the DLC, people are saying that a big problem with the game is just the inconsistent amount of characters that are added. And I'm thinking, how much did you really expect them to, like, put out new characters? Like, once every 2 weeks? Like, do you just expect, like... Because...
Like, they've got to introduce the characters, see how they affect the meta, bring in the new stuff. Like, they can have the conceptual stuff in. But if people entered them too soon, then they'd just be complaining, oh, this is freaking broken trash. What the hell?
My real power. You even trying?
Yeah,
Coming in.
it's mostly just like seeing what criticisms people have for the game now. Stuff like, you know, lack of DLC and consistent updates. I'm like,
I'm ending this.
it's just as consistent as every other game that's come out. By all means, the developers are still working on it. They're still updating it, adding new characters.
Doesn't it?
So
They
it's
haven't
not
abandoned it. So.
like the developers haven't abandoned it. People are still playing it, and Rince do. So
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I think that if those are the complaints people have, that tells me one of two things. Either A, they have fixed every other problem, or everyone that cared about the other problems has already left.
yeah. So, do you want me to just read off the patch notes to like
Sure. Yeah. Let's read off the patch notes and let's
actually
see
here.
what they say they've changed.
Well, let me send it to you so you can read it alongside me. That way.
All right.
Yeah, people are saying thank you for saving the money. I'm like, cool. You know, if one thing that I will say that I don't like about my 2 videos so far is how rambly I get. I'm trying to make points, trying to talk through, what I'm saying. There are so many bits that I could either just cut out entirely or condense. I want to make sure I don't get like this for this 3rd installment. Because I'm not trying to make it like longer run time for the ad revenue. I'm actually trying to think things through and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, everyone, like, again, attention spans are dropping down.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't condense it down into a YouTube short, then you're going to get some audience fall off.
So great. This is the first DLC, the first update, December 12th. The game came out early-ish October, like the 10th. So for 2 months, we had like the base game, the like rush attack bullshit, the basic air combo not working properly. So let's just see. So game mode adjustments, all stages are now available in offline. So I will give the game one thing. So when I'm talking about the rise, it's like the game had a good rise, but it wasn't without some controversy. They said no split screen co-op or PvP. And a lot of people hated that. So they added in only on the hyperbolic time chamber stage. So now it took them 2 months, but all stages are playable offline PvP. It took them 2 months to do it, and that's fine. And the biggest issue I have with this is like it really does feel the game needed 2 more months of just little adjustments before it came out. I think it came out 2 months too early. So
I would agree with you on that. And now I'm understanding of this because you've got to consider, again, like, so how many people played this when it came out? Like 100,000, something like that?
100,000 concurrent players. It sold 3 million units in one day. And remember, that was Steam charts alone.
So 3 million units, 100,000 people playing at once. And then you get all that player feedback. Imagine how much you would have to pay beta testers.
Yeah.
To try to catch all that shit. Like, if even 1% of that is at any given time, you've got 1,000 people who are actively playing the game trying to break it. Is that if even 1% of active players falls into that category?
Actually, I just realized I might as well show this off on stream.
Imagine that, Chaz. Imagine having to pay $7,000 at like American like bare shit minimum wage of $7 an hour.
Yeah.
$7,000 per hour for beta testing.
Yeah. And the thing is, games come out, they need updates. It's a good thing that we do live in a time where games can get updated after they come out. That's fine. But it's the simple shit that I think that they just overlook that I have a problem
with. The rise of online multiplayer, I'll give it that with multiplayer games.
Yeah.
With single player games, I mean, it's not that games weren't somewhat broken back in the day, but it would be nice if there was a seal of approval stuff like the old school Nintendo seal of approval, where it's like, look, you need to have a bare minimum level of competency in your game. Otherwise, we won't give our seal of approval on its release.
Yeah. I mean, I will say the game does have a bare minimum competency, but it feels like that. It was like that's it. Okay,
nothing about this game was broken. Like, from what I've heard, Pikmin 3 on release for the Switch 2 was way more fucking broken.
Oh, did you watch Manic's new? Shout out to Manic, exactly.
Yeah, shout out to Manic. Yeah, Manic's been making good content lately, but shout out to that.
Yeah. Okay.
As a Canadian, I apologize for our Indian reviewer.
Okay, but let's get back to Sparking Zero. So functionality adjustments.
Like Sparking Zero was definitely functional. Like there's nothing
egregious.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing egregious. There's nothing wrong with it as a baseline game.
It has a story mode, has a bunch of characters. It has like the combat system is there. It just feels like there's little things here and there that just needed adjustments, and that's fine. But
that's the thing. And with a fighting game too, fighting games are a niche audience.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're trying to appeal to the serious fighting gamers. Like, if you want a legacy game like Street Fighter or whatever, you want to be having tournaments years down the line.
And
You
that's
have to create a system with enough depth in it that people can't figure out within a week what the most optimal play is.
and the most optimal play for the first 2 months of Sparking Zero is mash, key blast, and sparking, and pick an android to infinitely dash around. And that, I think I would be way less harsh on this game if they didn't try to do a world tour promotional marketing stunt. Like, that's what it was. It was just a marketing stunt to show off it's competitive, and to me, it made a... Whenever you have, like, a world tour, that demands a certain amount of respect. And I expect the game to be a competent enough game. And you might not know this controversy, but there are people that were disqualified from their tournaments because they abused a specific strategy that's in the game. It's not like they added in a macro to the controller to vanish every time. They just picked a character in the game and used what was unique to that character to win. And they were penalized for that. Because why?
Yeah.
Oh, boo-hoo, every match devolves into this. And it's like, well, damn, that fucking sucks, I guess. So, ban the character and, like, just do a flat ban, but they didn't do that. They just... It made it a laughing stock.
Congratulations, Sparking Zero. You now have enough... You now have as much tournament prestige as Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Where
Like,
where you made characters who were literally too good to be fair.
yeah. Okay, but let's get back to the actual patch notes. Let's see what they did. The battle setup, a function allowing you to change your character's display method has been added. The My Sets has been added for team members, so you don't have to go through the entire character select. You can make a preset team. That's good. We can both skip battle animations. Good. You can hide your team. That's fine. That way, it's like you can surprise your opponent with a niche character pick or whatever. Oh, okay, so here's one big thing. I actually pointed this out on stream, but I didn't ever get around to putting it in the video because it was like, whatever. But in custom mode, you have thousands of individual tabs to sort from, and there wasn't A to Z sort by alphabetically. Took them 2 months to put that in. That is a day one thing. That's not just something you overlook.
Okay, that's not day one. That is like should have been
That is
dealt
beta.
with beforehand.
Yeah, that's the first thing you should do, and they didn't do it. And I'm like, okay, so it's in here now. Wasn't in there day one. It's the simple small shit that they had to add. Like, that's something you should expect in a beta test, not second month patch. You can now set the battle camera distance to be closer, so you can adjust the battle camera to however it fits you. Battle system adjustments. Like, here's the good shit.
This is the important
The new
stuff.
quick movement action, high-speed Dragon Dash, where you can move quickly towards your opponent, has been added. Perform R2 holding X. So, you know how you have the homing dash where you go around? This is a homing dash where you go straight forward. So, okay. They added a new way to get in to mix up, oh, are they going to go around and behind or straight forward? So, cool. A little extra depth to your movement. Smash attack. You'll no longer be stunned when hit by a rush key blast when charging a smash attack. So it makes your, charged mid-combo or mid-block string attacks easier to pull off, so they can't just catch you with a key blast to interrupt that. When charging a smash attack during a rush attack, charge time reduction based on hit count has been increased. So the more hits you do mid-combo, the shorter it takes for the smash attack to come out. Okay.
That's good. That keeps you from gives you a reason to actually build up some combo rather than just smashing the
And it could
repeatedly doing the heavy attack or not bothering at all and just doing endless light combos.
And it can also add in a little extra mix-up where you do intentionally do it early on in the combo. So it can keep your opponent on their toes a little bit. Rush Key Blast, the time between being able to fire the next Rush Key Blast after firing the maximum consecutive amount at once has been increased, so it makes it...
Nerfed it.
So they...
which is good.
little bit of a nerf. Good. Key Blast deflection. You can now move while deflecting Rush Key Blast. Remember when we were testing that shit out?
Yeah.
I pointed that out. I
discussed about
specifically said that. That you are locked in and you can't turn with your opponent. They put that in 2 months after. See, this is actually why I wanted to read this verbatim. Because I'm like, I pointed that out. I said that. I feel
So
valid.
it's not like, oh, this was bad. Like, no, the developers acknowledged that this was bullshit.
Okay, steps. You will.
The devs themselves.
Sorry. Continue.
Yeah, no, I think like the dev like that's where it's gratifying because like the devs themselves acknowledge yes, this is something that really should be changed. So it wasn't like working as intended. It's like no, this was bullshit, and the devs acknowledge that it's bullshit.
Okay. Steps. You will now no longer be able to hit by certain attacks immediately after performing a step. So that's just like the quick burst left-right movement. Rush
But
key
you can
blast
also,
and
like,
smash
step
key
in-
blast.
You can also step in too to close distance.
Yeah.
So this is
So-
that's handy.
So now you can like dash around basic key blast. So you have some options if the opponent's just pelting you from all the way mid screen or so to help you get in.
Or like even just kind of short range, like you're right in front of them and they're like doing point blank key blast. Now you can step in to like get into physical beat the shit out of them range.
So
you're not basically shotgunning each other in the face from 2 feet away.
So they are trying to adapt and add extra layers to the rock, paper, scissors dynamic. My opponent does A, I can respond with B, but if I do B too soon, they can respond with C. It really does feel like they're trying to adapt and build on the layers here. So like that's good.
They're putting in effort. I'll give them that.
And this is just month 2. How about this? We look over the patch notes, we play some matches, go to the next set of patch notes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then next up, Z burst dash key consumed when activating has been increased.
So you take.
Yeah.
So I believe that's the like homing, get around the opponent. So, actually no, I think that's the that's just the basic dash where you just move fast. That's not the homing attack. So it just makes it more costly to burst around. So you have
costly to move quickly. It's like okay.
So like more meter management to keep track of. That's fine. Burst smash.
Yeah, Z search will no longer lose track of your opponent when characters are swapped.
You will now quickly regain sight of your
regain
opponent.
If they enter line of sight from the front when Z search is not logging them. Yeah. So they basically, from what we got from playing that, they have basically made Z search like not even usable. I think we'd have to actually try.
Like there are some moves like the
hide in
solar
order for
flare,
Z-search.
that initiate that, and that's good. Like that's the move is supposed to do that. But like whenever you
now-
like there was a clip where I was fighting a Tegan Gohan. He hit me with his ultimate attack and it put me in the Z search thing. I'm looking straight at him, and then he still manages to get around behind me and get a free combo. And it's like, why is that there? Like that is bullshit. Looks like they respond to that. Yeah. Okay, Z counter.
Z counter.
The input
window has been shortened.
Skill
Good.
issue. Make it harder. Cool.
Yes. Like, and I think it does feel harder to pull off, so it's worth it more because we definitely aren't getting the fucking infinite chains that we were last time. It does feel harder to pull off.
Z counter will now
More difficult to perform if performed consecutively. That's good too.
Okay, sweet. So like the more you do it, the shorter the window gets. Awesome.
Oh. Key has been consumed when performing a Z count. More meter management.
And skill count increase speed has been reduced when successfully pulling off a Z counter. So they just nerfed it overall, made it harder to use, make it consume more key, and make the skill counter reduce the amount you get from performing them. So cool.
Yeah.
They took one of the most belligerent, easy mode, defensive options. They made it harder.
Just dash. And again, that was something we really addressed. Like it became the answer to everything. Just dash. Just dash. Just zip. Just vanish. Just vanish.
No, this is the vanish. This is when you press up and square and like you block the opponent and then hit them real quick. That's the Z counter.
Oh, that's a different one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, vanish is just like that's an entirely different mechanic. But maybe they did address that later on.
Really? I thought this was Z counter.
No, Z counter is when like you bounce your opponent back and then immediately hit them. Like that's the Z counter.
One sec. Let me leave the room real quick.
Yeah.
While I go check the training to find out.
And while you do that,
let's keep going.
Yeah, I'll keep reading while you look at that. Revenge counter, that's when you press R3 and you get the cinematic block, and it takes up the skill counter. Skill count consumed when using perception against revenge counter has been reduced from 2 to 1. So now you can revenge counter way easier. So your opponent can't just belligerently hit you with a bunch of shit. Like you can more consistently perform the revenge counter which
Oh,
I think that's fine.
perception. No, this is perception against revenge counter.
Yeah, perception against revenge. Yeah.
So if you get revenge counter, then you can use perception to counter it. So they gave perception a bit of a buff specifically against revenge counter.
Well, no, when you perform the revenge counter, that takes skill points to use, and normally it used 2 skill points to revenge counter the perception.
Skill count consumed when used perception against revenge counter.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. It's like I remember. I'm just like, yeah. When you're getting hit and press R3, you perform the revenge counter, and then if they perception counter your revenge counter, that has been reduced from 2 to 1. I'm sorry. I'm a retard. I haven't played this game in a while either, so it's like.
Yeah. No. I'm
I
pretty
get it
sure
now.
that. Here.
Yeah. But
1 second.
Yeah.
1 second. No, Z counter is what they call vanish.
Really?
Like I'm. Yeah.
Oh.
Like I'm in training right now and getting.
Oh,
Z
that's the
counter
super
training.
counter that I was talking about.
Yeah. No. Z counter is the dodge.
Oh, so Z counter
dash.
is the vanish, and so if you perform more and more vanish chains, the it becomes harder to actually get the vanish, consumes more ki, skill count, speed. Okay, so they nerfed the I mean that's what happens.
vanishing.
That's what happens when we have like the shorthand community nomenclature for a move. But okay, thanks for clearing that up. Okay.
Yeah, press the moment. Yeah, press block.
Yeah.
Instant,
Yeah. Okay.
follow up lands. Yeah.
I'm a retard. I'm a skill issue. Okay, so guess what?
I just remembered it because like I specifically went and did Z counter training.
Okay.
And was surprised that it was just more dodges.
Thank you, though. Thank you for clarifying that. So, rush attacks during sparking mode. Gradual damage reduction of consecutive hits has been increased. So that's both for basic hits and ki blasts. So you deal less damage if you just mash the buttons. Combos. The final attack of aerial combos and aerial slash combos will no longer be interrupted by guarding. The fact that you can block, like the tutorial tells you to do this shit. And the fact that you're able to just block what's supposed to be the final hit of your aerial combo, the basic shit that you can rely on, from, low skill to high skill. The fact that you could just block it, I just think that's bullshit. But they fixed it. Character switch. Health recovery rate of standby characters has been reduced. So now you can't just constantly swap between characters to keep them all healthy. It'll take a while before they just have less health overall, which, hey, that's good.
Yeah.
And so
you can invite me back in. If you invite me back in now, I can rejoin the room.
Oh, okay. I'm still going over the patch notes.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
Z-Burst.
Next out.
Okay, so Z-Burst Dash. The tackle done by giant characters during Z-Burst Dashes is now guardable. So that was one of the reasons why you play the bigger characters, is like you could just not infinitely, but you could just dash against the opponent and they couldn't do shit. Now they can, which, hey, that's fine. And then everything else is just, the rest of the patch notes are just talking about basic stuff like certain skills and oh, okay. Blast. Okay, so this is like key blast adjustments. Long range blast and ultimate blast speed has been reduced. So I could tell some of these moves like our Kamehamehas are going by a bit slower. So I could kind of see that. Super Vegeta final Kamehameha. Key consuming damage has been increased. Okay. So it really. Oh yeah, character adjustments. Android 19 and Jiro, health and ki amount absorbed on successful throw has been adjusted. Dragon Dash, Quick Ascend, and Quick Descend now consume ki. So great. In case you didn't see, in the World Tournament, finals, it came down to both players just picked an android and just infinitely dashed up and down. It didn't consume ki, made you move fast as hell, so you constantly dodged all the opponent's attacks. It became the most boring game of cat and mouse, and it's the most obvious case of don't hate the player, hate the game. When you're in a tournament, you play to win. You're not there to hype up the crowd. If you do, that's great. You're there to win. You're playing to win.
You don't get prizes for being the fan favorite. This isn't a Roman gladiator match where you're putting on a show for the audience.
Exactly. And the fact that some people were disqualified from their tournament for using these strategies, if you don't like the strategy, just tell them outright their characters are banned and just have them redo the set entirely if it's that big of a problem. But the people on Discord managing it, they didn't. They just like disqualified people or whatever.
Oh god, peak Discord mod moment.
Yeah, basically. Oh, so other. We have improved performance and ease of use. So, okay, but let me invite you back. So yeah, good. They adjusted specific things that I called out within 2 months of the game. They fixed it. My problem that I'm going to say is that this shit should not have been patched. It should have just worked. They should have just had an alphabetical way to sort everything, you know, in custom battle. The aerial combo should have just worked. But yeah, go ahead.
Some stuff like the Z counters being OP, okay, that I can understand requiring extensive amount of tests. Like the dash stuff with the androids, they tried to make them unique and give them some flavor, and it ended up being exploitable.
Yeah.
Okay. I can understand that needing to be patched.
But the problem I have is like the response to it. The way that people just disqualified. Oh, I sent you the invite, I believe.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm clicking.
But
I just had to get out of training
it's
mode.
just like the way people responded to it in general that I have an issue with. Just the way people were disqualified. It's just like made a whole laughing stock out of like the idea of competitive sparking zero. In my mind, I'm just thinking, just don't have it there at all, you know? Or like they should have waited or whatever. But like, you know,
they wanted to build the hype because they knew they were going to fall off.
And
Like,
they
knew
built
they were
the
gonna fall
hype.
off.
You know, they at least got that.
Yeah,
So
they pulled the hype. They got all of their initial sales, but you can tell it was a game that was relying on that hype and initial sales, because they are now less than 1% of their original audience.
yeah.
So, like, and it would be one thing if it was a single-player game, but like this is supposed to be like the Dragon Ball fighting game, or the 3D Dragon Ball fighting game, to last until they make another one.
It's
So
supposed to be the
ideally a
new
couple of
era
years.
of the Sparking series, the next Tenkaichi and all that. And it just feels like it's
Yeah.
going to be one of the Dragon Ball games of all time.
And yet,
Father,
no,
but please don't hold back on me.
I'd much rather them make a fucking Tenkaichi 2 PC port and change basically nothing.
Yeah.
Like when a PS2 game is outdoing you mechanically,
Yeah, I'm trying to super count. Trying to... I hate that, like, with those blast barrage moves, I got hit by one and I vanished the follow-ups. That just... If I fuck up the first one, I should, you know, be locked in, but no. What the fuck even happened?
I think like I was still firing stuff off, so I still had my hitboxes active.
Well, that's some bull. I got behind you, though. What the fuck?
Is that all you got? Not through with you yet. Yeah, check this out. Don't hate me. Bring it! Cocky little freak!
Calling Vegeta a cocky little freak is great. Like, you little shit. Someone in chat asks, is the update good? So, it's good in the sense that they... so, like, we were talking about the first patch of the game. There's still, like, 4 left to talk about. So
Yeah.
it's good that they, you know, it's good that they addressed some of the problems that the game has. So like, yeah, it's a good update.
Yeah, no, yeah, the update's not bad by any stretch, and it's good that they did because yes, showing support.
Hey, I wasn't good.
But the thing is, this was a game that ran very much off the hype, and so like number one, yes, you were going to get bad reviews by not getting the hype, and that was going to decrease sales. Bad for the longevity of the game, because like these patch notes are not going to change so much. Like, are people really going to be like, oh, you know, I wasn't going to get the game, but then they added Shallot?
Shallot!
And
Yeah! Oh, that Devil Artemis! I know that guy! Sorry, I'm trying to like emulate like the hype that might come from like, oh my god, it's Shallot!
Amazing!
After image.
Ugh.
Look at that
I mean, to be fair, you did like get behind me, and it's like,
Yeah.
like that's fine.
fireworks.
Fuck. And I immediately locked back onto you because I had line of sight. Hell yeah.
Let's play for a bit. Why, you? How dare you mock me? Now, feast your eyes! My second form makes my previous look good.
Oh shit.
Tread lightly. There!
Damn it.
I've got you now!
Can't allow myself to lose to you.
Dare to make a fool out of me!
Can't let you outdo me on you know, on one. Damn it. Ah, knew it.
Ooh, good timing on the explosive wave.
You're damn right it was.
Oh, yeah.
No holding back now. Don't test me.
Don't skill check me, bro.
Regret this. Time to go wild.
I might want to adjust my settings, see if I can. I mean, I'm also streaming it, so that might be a bit reason why it's laggy. But you know, just adjusting some.
Regret this.
Nice. Ah, damn it.
I'll fight you next!
Now, just see if I can improve the quality of the connection.
Let's go! Finish Buster!
Ah.
Let's settle this!
I saw a video of people testing out the animations at like 30 FPS, and like they actually do look a lot better when not 60 FPS. Like it feels like it was a game that was developed in 30, because a lot of the like big combo animations do just feel like they're a bit sluggish, and when adjusted for 30, you know, it looks fine.
Well, you got to consider, like, we're also dealing with largely the anime aesthetic, so it would make more sense to have a lower frame rate. Like, if there was any style that would let you get away with a lower frame rate for your animations, it would be like an anime style game.
And also, this isn't a traditional fighting game, so having the industry standard of 60 FPS, they could have a reason as to why it's not, which would be fine. You know, like some games are better at like not every game needs to be like a 30, 50 FPS or like a 120 or whatever.
Honestly, that might be something. Okay.
Boom.
Oh yeah, it's gonna hurt.
Nice to see you guys play this game. Oh, thanks, man. Are you just impressed with like the amount of skill that I have? You know, because like I haven't touched this game in months, and I'm a fucking awesome.
Stop!
But thank you for the donation. Oh, that feels so good. Turning with the opponent while you fire off Ki Blast. How is that not, like, a thing in the game?
Okay.
This is your first time hearing about this game? It's been about 7 months since it came out. So...
Yeah, like I'll admit, like even the lip flaps as an example, like seeing them move in and out with the motion tweening between. No, I'd much rather they just pop in and out without any of the visible movement.
Okay.
Like, you know, that might actually be something to consider. Like, so any aspiring developers who want to make an anime style game, consider lowering the amount of frames that you use. Like, it'll save you. It saves you resources by not having to use every single frame, like all 60 frames. And I think it will appear better stylistically, because you'll get stronger impacts on the attacks when there is fewer frames, especially if you really study anime frame theory. Because, like, Chaz, how much do you know about Western animation versus Eastern animation?
I know Western animation is all just bean mouth with the same eyes every fucking time.
Okay, now I'm talking like I'm talking like Golden Age. Like, we're not talking Cal Art. We're talking like Richard Williams.
Truth be told, when it comes to like animation and like how it's evolved and stuff, that's something I know jack shit about. Oh,
okay,
also great.
If you were to...
Hey, real quick, can you like go into your settings and turn everything on low or medium if you haven't already? Because like when I reinstalled the game, it installed it back at everything high. So I'm like,
one sec. I'll go fiddle with that.
Thanks. But yeah, so go on with like your animation talking points.
Yeah. So, actually, what might also help, Chaz, turning VSync off.
Oh yeah.
Because with Sea of Thieves competitive, like it's recommended that that if you want to have optimal settings, you turn VSync off, resolution scale to 1, screen number, etc., etc. Everything else here low. Yeah, especially like shadow quality, post-processing. Yeah, there's a bunch of this stuff can be dropped down to low for optimal performance. Oh, especially motion blur. Fuck motion blur.
Yeah, fuck all that. Like, I don't need all that shit on. Exactly.
You help me to grow stronger, Piccolo.
Okay, let me,
I understand why it's on by default, but...
They want the game to be the best looking it can be at first, and like, that's fine.
Yeah, because they don't want to release a game. People bitch about the graphics, which people will notice initially.
And a big selling point of this game is the graphics.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, these graphics suck. It's like, no, they just start off sucking, go into options and change it up, and then it looks better. Nah, it's understandable why they wouldn't.
Okay.
Anyway, but the thing is, so...
Let me re-invite
like, say you're going to throw... Okay, say just throwing a punch with Western animation, what you would do is you'd basically animate the entire action of the punch with an equal distribution of frames across the entire thing.
Yeah, like the startup, the follow through, and the like ending frames. If it's a 30 frame action, each one would have 10.
Exactly. Whereas, like with Eastern animation and anime, they'll they won't use a bunch of frames in the middle. So like the fist approaching the face, they will use like 0 frames for that.
Yeah, they'll
instead it will just be, instead it'll just be back to finished, maybe a frame or 2 dedicated to the impact, and then more frames are dedicated to after the impact.
Or they'll do like
or
they'll do the complete opposite, where the animation is all in like the wind up of the punch and seeing like the air curve around the fist, and the actual impact is just quick and snappy. So like they're willing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like they cut out all that stuff in the middle and put focus on either end.
Yeah.
And that's something that you could get away with, absolutely, like in anime style games. Cutting out all the frames in the middle. Like, do we really need to see the like 3 to 5 frames of a kick going from starting position to finished position? No, you could absolutely reduce those. And it might not seem like much, but then you consider every single animation every character has and how frequently they use. You could easily cut your frame uses in half, if not a third. And then that would just lead to that much more of an optimized performance because it doesn't have to visually represent as many frames.
Sure is. I'm trying to, vary the characters that
I'll kill you.
I am not. I'm just trying to use like this my lineup.
you know your characters and you'll stick with them. Okay, so hopefully
Yeah, I'm bad enough at this game without giving myself any more nerfs.
Nah, you're good. So hopefully it'll be a bit smoother so we can actually
You want to see the
hit
results
our
of my
vanishes.
training with King Kai? I'll show you.
Well, for me, I think it's 100% a skill issue. So.
See, like, how do I respond? Would you at least admit it? Like when you admit that it is a skill issue, like what, like. And like that's one issue I have with the skill issue argument is, so what if I am a bit like, what if there is a skill issue? What if I am just not that good at the game? Does that mean everything I say is just like invalid?
Well, and that's the thing, like for me, like I just acknowledge, okay, like that's an area where I can improve. Because yeah, like I button mash way too much. I don't know the proper timing. I don't have all the correct responses like to every single counter like memorized off the top of my head. Those are skill things, those are points of improvement. So it's one thing to complain like, oh no, there's nothing I can do about this. It's like, no, there's usually something I can do about this.
Nice
but
counter.
then when something is just fundamentally broken, like for example, the like the sparking combo in campaign, trivializing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is absolutely not. Oh, there, that's like what that's. Like that is something that is not a skill issue. That is a design problem. But the problem is, critics, like the people who are trying to defend their baby, yeah, like they're like, oh no, it's not a design issue. The developers aren't bad. You're bad. You're just not good enough to do what they have. Like sometimes that is true. Other times that is not.
Can you keep up with this? Got you! Pitiful.
Got me while I was grabbing. Nice.
Yeah, honestly, I was trying to transform. Like, that's what's.
No. You called me out. No, you called me out. You knew I was gonna do a gimmicky throw reset.
No. That's the thing. I'm not like. I'm
No. You kicked back. No. You take that shit, Gray. You take that shit. You mocked me. You fucking destroyed me. Oh, nice explosive wave.
Yeah. Okay, that was intentional.
Oh yeah. Damn right it was. See, I was trying to do like one of the smash attacks, where you
I
like,
honestly don't even know how I did that grab.
it's block and square. Like that's how you throw. So hey
Here's another
chat,
thing.
when I'm done,
Just
yeah, go.
Tenkaichi bitching. Like back in Tenkaichi, a ring out was actually a loss, so I would have lost with Frieza there.
Well, actually, that is a game mode. It's just like
That is a game mode?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But I remember like when that was like default, it was surprising.
Be gone!
What the? Okay, this is neat.
Yeah, this is cute.
Okay, I haven't actually seen this before.
Yeah,
This-
so
this is
it
good.
empties the stage because Yamcha would have just fucking murdered them all.
Yeah, of all the people to go way too ham in the Tournament of Power, it was Yam. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah, it does that! Didn't need after him, he's fucking skilled! Yeah! Ah, damn it. Game? What the hell? Ah, it's just being a little bitch, I guess. Ah, damn.
Let's finish this quick.
Let's play for a bit.
Yeah! I can button mash better than you, bro.
Let's play for a bit.
I fucked up! I fucked up!
Allow me to return. Let's play for a bit. Be gone!
Oh, that's right, you can't perception counter death beams. Oh, wait. Can you? I can't remember if it's death
So you
beam.
dodge death beams. Beam attacks can't be perception countered.
Well, no, I know Dodon Ray. I'm just trying to remember, like, when we were testing. I thought we could properly, like, actually perception counter the death beam.
No, I don't think so. I think it has to be like a ball attack. to
No, no,
perception
no.
counter.
Do,
Ball or a beam.
no,
but not-
do the
not
death beam again. I swear.
Okay,
I
here it
promise.
comes.
No, okay, never mind. No, I was just completely wrong. It's like, come at me. I can counter it.
Take this! Out of my way!
Interesting.
What the hell? It does like our connection is just like off. And I'm not trying to like, you know, bitch, but I mean, like, this is just how it is, you know, playing an online game, sometimes that.
Yeah, no, and my connection gets like randomly weak at times too.
No holding back now.
The heck?
I swap. Yeah, I
It
swap.
delayed the attack while you were switching. Interesting. All right, that kind of worked.
Death is inevitable.
Nice attack.
Oh,
Now!
Ooh.
Time to go wild!
Yeah, there we go.
You will go back to reading some of the next patch notes?
Yeah, we'll do the next set of patch notes.
Alright.
I thought you'd be stronger.
So it's like, I feel like I understand what your, like, the way the flow of the battle works is you'll want to throw in key blasts every now and then because those can't be perception countered. So mixing up, throwing in little key blasts here and there to, you know, throw your opponent off. It's like, I think I'm like getting back, you know, it's coming back to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I think the fighting does feel better. Like, we definitely wouldn't have been, like, if it had been at this level at launch, wouldn't have had nearly as negative a response to it.
Yep.
This does feel more balanced. It feels like a lot more of the fight is spent in the preparatory build up strength, do a lot of punches, get in the other guy's face. You're having a lot of trades.
Grand Zeno's place?
Like, and ideally, you want at least half of the fight to be like blocking, countering, Z dodging, perception countering, revenge countering. Like, you really want that in your face rock paper scissors for most of the fight.
Okay. Let me pull up the next patch notes. Okay, so I'm sure each next set of patch notes are going to get a bit, you know, lesser and lesser, and, you know, that's fine. I would hope that as the game goes on, they feel the urge to change less and less. Like, oh, it's finally in a state the developers are happy with. But the other side,
so.
yeah, like the other side is that, oh, eventually, you know, like they just literally can't update anything else, right? So it's like, that's how it is with Dragon Ball FighterZ. I wish that they'd keep updating the game, but, you know, like they can't. And, you know, it's whatever. Okay, so
All right.
next set of updates. So this was the January update, so about a month after the December one. Legendary Warrior Face-Off. This mode, where you can face off against an extremely powerful character, has been added for a limited time. You cannot select this mode outside the period. Okay, so they had a fun little gimmick thing going on for some time. Okay.
Why make it a limited time thing though? That doesn't make
Well,
much sense to me.
Well, if they do it frequently, then it's like, you know, it incentivizes you to hop on during this portion of time. So, functionality adjustments. Episode battle is now possible to change the difficulty even when using a Dragon Orb. So it's like, I've never used the Dragon Orb, so I have no idea what that means. Custom battle, more situations effects, so they added more to custom mode. Player match, quick match has been changed so you do not enter a room and instead get immediately matched with an opponent. Okay, so it's just quick match, boom, there's your quick match. Ranked match, a wait time has been added before a match begins as a penalty based on the number of times you disconnect. So, if you keep rage quitting, if you keep showing that you have a skill issue, boom, penalized. You know?
I mean, heck, that's just an emotional issue, even.
Battle setup.
So obligatory misogynism comment. So once a week, women have longer wait times. Once a month, women have longer wait times for a week.
Good shit. Battle setup. You can now see the control explanation when selecting a character. So I haven't seen that for battle setup, but, you know, hey, just showing the player more information when they can. You know, that's good. Training. The option guarding after attacks has been added when playing against the CPU. So it took them a few months to add in an option to show players that this is when your combo isn't true. That, like, the fighting gamer inside of me, when I go to the training mode, that's one of the first things that I look for to understand how to use it. Because when I learn when a combo doesn't work or how, like, you know, hit stun decay and stuff like that. That's important. And it took them 3 months to add that as an option. Maybe they didn't think of it at first, but if they're trying to be a, you know, competitively viable game, that's one of the things that maybe, you know, you should add from the get-go, but it's good that's there now. Okay, battle system adjustments. Charge attacks will no longer recoil while charging when receiving a rush attack or ki blast from an opponent in sparking mode. So,
so like when I think that was like when we were like bashing each other in the face, like because we both would zip dash each other.
So I guess
like when you're sparking mode no longer like prevents that from happening.
So now like when you do a charge smash attack, normally you can eat the hits and then like hit them back. So I guess in sparking, it bypassed that, so they adjusted it to where now you can try to sneak a cheeky smash attack to stop the opponent just blindly mashing. So good. Rush attack is now.
Wait, no. Sorry, here's what happened. So if you're charging, you no longer recoil while charging. When receiving a rush attack or a rush ki blast.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I think sparking mode was nerfed.
Yeah,
that's
that's
what I'm reading.
yeah, that's a nerf to sparking mode. So like we can
which,
you know look at that in a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, rush attack is now harder
to mistakenly input a smash during rush.
So that makes it to where so just clean up your inputs. Good. Grand Slash. Any opponent that is falling from a Grand Slash with another Grand Slash will not cause them to be blow away. So when it comes to like the game's terminology, Grand Slash, I don't remember what that is. So it's like I'm just gonna have to look at that myself.
Yeah, I'd have to look in the.
Okay, rush ki blast.
Well, while we're doing this, since it looks like I've got a second monitor, like I can check the terminology in practice mode to see if it's there.
Okay. Rush ki blast. You will no longer be able to perform a high-speed evasion when being hit. So when you're hit by a rush ki blast, the high-speed evasion is one of the defensive options, so you can no longer do that specifically. So that's a buff to the rush ki blast. So smash ki blast. You will now be easier to hit when firing while moving. So yeah. So if you're moving around and charging a ki blast, I guess you move a bit slower, so it makes it easier to, you know, clip the opponent. That way they can't just do that the entire game. Perception and super perception. A certain amount of ki will now be consumed upon activation. So when you activate perception, it'll consume a bit of ki. After finishing the move, the time until the next action is able to be performed has been increased. So after you successfully pull off a perception attack, there's a little bit more time between when you can follow up. So just, you know, adjusting that a bit.
They nerfed perception, and I even visibly noticed that perception now drains ki the longer you're holding it. So you can't just perpetually hold perception. I remember.
Yeah.
Perception was something we pointed out was just stupidly overpowered, so it did need to be nerfed.
So, and boom, so making it cost more ki, and the options you get after performing it are lesser. That's good. Okay, super counter. So this is what I was talking about in the previous patch note. It just was a month later. Time between being able to perform an input has been increased after unsuccessfully performing the move. So you can't just mash out the super counter now. Like, if you fuck up the input, you can't just keep mashing it in the hope that you get it. Like, it now has to be, you know the timing, and you perform it properly. So, skill issue. Boom. Speed impact. The timing for being able to input again after the move finishes has been made later. I don't remember what speed impact is. Chase change. Damage from giant characters has been reduced when change... Okay, so that's... giant characters
after the speed impact.
That's probably one of the dash moves.
Is that like when you smash into somebody? Okay, impact actions. Here we go. Speed impact. Oh yeah, no, it's when you smash someone in the face with a dragon dash.
Okay.
Oh, that's what. Oh, it's that like clashing attack. Like, you know, when you like rush each other and then there's
the pop, like yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what that is.
Okay, so impact recovery. When blown back from a lift strike, holding the button down will activate impact recovery once you hit the ground, so that makes it so you can recover. Also, when blown back and spinning, holding the button down will activate impact recovery. Okay, so that's just like make it consistent, a bit more consistent to recover after being hit. And then we just have a few skill changes. Overall, automatic avoidance skills, Wild Sense, After Image. The opponent will no longer be able to use these skills when performing a combo and continue with the combo with a Russian. So I guess you can't mid-combo activate After Image just as a backup. It's like you can't be chicky with it. Wild Sense, attack damage has been reduced, so Wild Sense deals a little bit less damage. Kaioken, skill count consumed has been reduced for Z Goku early. So takes less time to, so you don't have to invest too many points into the Kaioken. And then it's just other user friendliness and performance stability has been improved. Gray, have you felt performance improvements? Nah, I'm just being a little bitch. It's like,
yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think on it. Is like, have I don't know. Okay, so although I'm trying to figure out, I think Grand Slash, it's one of those triangle combo finishers. I think it's the one where you sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg. What was that, coach? Do I need to say it again? Sweep the leg. Okay, let's
Yeah, power smash, instant transmission attacks, follow-up attacks. Yeah, so yeah, I think Grand Slash is like down triangle, whereas like lifting a strike is up triangle.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. All right, let me invite you again.
It's good to see you, Dad.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, chat, I'm sorry that I've been neglecting you like a father. You're all tugging at my, arm, just like, notice me, Chaz. We haven't said slurs yet. And it's like, sorry, chat, I'm gaming. Like, go get me a beer.
We don't have any architects here, otherwise we'd build towers for you.
Okay, let's go, Kinko.
I promised to do my best.
I'll put this power to good use.
What should I do? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just really curious to see like what the single player content
You want to
is.
see the results of my training with King
Because the reason why I became so reliant on that rush strategy in sparking is that when so many of the requirements to get the next, to get the split path just becomes beat them faster. Well, I don't have time to like actually try to fuck around,
Yeah, you basically have to find the most optimal, fastest strategy, and then you use it.
That was a good warm.
Don't test me!
Take this! Eat this! Whoa! I'm not done yet.
regret this.
Fucking, what was that last two? What the fuck was that?
I don't know whether I was able to like unleash more or what.
That was stupid. That was dumb as. Is that the move working
I don't know, it felt like
intentionally?
I could like do delayed blast somehow.
What
I don't
the
know how that
fuck?
worked.
I've never seen that.
I'm not done yet.
Can you keep up with this?
I underestimated
Fuck. Yeah. You're skill checking me right now.
Well, I just found the one thing that you aren't really well prepared for, and you aren't used to my muscle memory yet. And then I'm just like hard focusing that until you learn how to deal with it.
Fair enough. And like, that's how you play.
Yeah, check this out.
Yeah. Just immediately you spawn in, and we can just immediately get back to the fighting. Oh, that's so
Yeah,
good.
so much better. Like keeps the flow of combat much better. Doesn't allow you to power up like too much. Like yeah, it gives
like,
you a
you're not
reward,
just
but
gonna
it's
get-
not as obscenely a reward.
Yeah, you're not just gonna get free instant sparking because the opponent can't hit you at all.
Yeah.
You'll never defeat me with such force. I'll give you coins forever. All you've done is make me more
Ooh, nice. Get up.
Feast your eyes.
I almost thought this was burst limit. How? The fucking title of the stream is Sparking Zero.
Hey, but Chaz, you expect your audience to be literate?
Oh yeah, they're my audience.
I'll fight you next.
Say the R word? What, retard? They're all just a bunch of retards?
What do you think? Was it worth the wait? This may sting a bit.
I really they should make some moves like have like insane chip damage, like the death beams and Dodon rays. Where even a successful block, they like the reason why you use a move like that is because even a block, you know, it's. But maybe that's just me. I say that just because I think it'd be cool.
This is the end for you. You must have a death wish.
Oh, outplayed.
Pay for this. Over here. Now get ready.
I'll show you the horrors.
That's what you say, almost, Chaz. Oh, you did the barrage death beam.
You'll pay for this.
You see, I'm able to survive in the vacuum of space. What can you? Now perish along with this planet!
Yeah! Oh, I did it! Oh, dude! I thought like, oh yeah, I remember doing this in like Raging Blast, where if you use the explosive wave attack, you can cancel out beams and shit. Oh, I mean that's just a lack of, you know, not being able to just vanish it, you know. But
It's too soon to lose hope.
I feel
Burning attack!
that's one of my favorite pieces of tech in a game like this, is using a move like that to dodge. The lag.
I don't know if that was lag. I think that was just a combination of you dodging a slow-mo and then being able to hit me like that. I didn't feel like lag per se. That felt like intentional.
Fair enough. I'm definitely gonna go online to get some footage. Because, you know, most of this is me just gonna be like talking.
Someone who's better than me.
Well, no. It's just, come on. You know, I didn't mean it like that. But
I know you did. That's why I said it.
no, like you're fine. But like.
I know. Like Chaz, like I'm getting you down to like I'm not losing by much.
So what you're saying is you want me to pull out my best team and just, you know.
I mean, yeah. If you want to show like how much you can hardcore stomp me, by all means.
Okay.
Because like this is my best. I can't do better than this.
Hey, you're doing fine.
I know. I'm doing fine. That's it.
I mean, when I go online, I'll probably match up against someone who's been playing this game, you know, off and on for a while now.
So no, you're gonna run into a fucking sweat war that's been playing since launch. Like every day, 5 hours a day, no bathroom breaks.
Oh yeah, that kind of sweaty gamer.
My turn.
But other than, you know, this, you know, for lack of a better word, raping, have you been?
Looks like it's mine.
I've been good.
Good.
I played a bit of Sea of Thieves. I've got a whole bunch of miniatures in progress. Work's been doing pretty good. Canada Day is coming up, so I get Monday off.
Hell yeah.
I mean, sure. Suppose you could use it, huh? Go ahead then. Indulge.
All right. Yeah, like moments like that, I need to learn how to punish those properly.
Such power.
Easy breezy.
Now! Don't hate me!
Yeah.
You'll regret this. Yeah, da, 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 da. Time to go wild.
Oh, damn. Caught me with those last two. Nice.
Keep up after him. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. Eat this. Eat this. Time to go wild. Don't hit an after image.
The funny part is I can hear your controller in the background. Just like...
Yeah. Just that thing, like just trying everything and not really able to be effective.
I'm gonna wrap this up. Spirit ball.
Nope.
All you've done is make me more excited to kill you.
Damn it. Every time that ends up happening, like, that's the thing, I keep doing it by accident due to button mashing, and so I don't have anything else and you automatically counter it.
Take this! Be gone! Back off. Let's play for a bit.
that's the best part about like failing and trying to style with like advantage. You just stand there looking like an idiot.
You.
There we go.
Super Saiyan looks like. I'd best lend a...
You want to list off all the racial... Oh, wait.
I have no idea how you're supposed to do that one
Yeah,
correctly.
same. I was gonna ask, hey, like, talk about all the racial slurs that are in the Dragon Ball universe. So we got, like, monkey for Saiyans. We have slugs for Namekians. Like, what do you think you'd call Frieza's race? Hornies? Oh wait, no, not at all.
I think demons would probably be the
Well,
most
well,
on the nose.
But there are demons in
It's
the
not-
universe. It's like that's not really a slur. That's just a like
no,
what?
it's really not. Especially since like there are canonically demons
Exactly. And then you have like android people. So like do
too.
androids
Toasters.
toaster? Oh, that's a good one.
Toasters.
Yeah, just any piece of like machinery.
It's inevitable.
No, no. Go for the count.
Nice super counter.
Okay,
What?
there's a special beam cannon.
It sucks.
You
Yeah.
It has no tracking.
decided to square up again.
It has no tracking. It's slower than like Dodon Ray or Death Beam.
And it takes forever to charge. It's the most style over substance move. Okay.
Yeah, and plus it can probably be fucking like dashed away as well, or Z countered. So
Okay, you want to look at the next patch note?
yeah, hit the next patch notes.
Okay. Just give me a sec. So this is the April one, I believe. This is the most recent. I don't think that they've updated it since. Maybe they... I don't know if they updated it with Shallot, like actual mechanical differences, but...
I'll take a look just in this.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
There was some adjustments in June actually.
Oh, did I skip over the June one? Oh, my bad.
No. This is April, and then June comes out.
Oh,
April.
I have noticed. I have gotten more and more retarded every day. Okay. April. Episode battle. Adjusted the balance of some stages to reflect changes to battle system. Bonus battles. Adjusted the balance of some bonus battles to reflect changes to battle systems. I did 2D cutscenes and text. Okay. Battle rules. In offline battle, player match will determine players can now select total amounts of DP of 10, 15, and 20. Okay, so you can just, if you're offline with a buddy, you can, adjust those restrictions. That's nice. Fix an issue where the last settings were not retained after the game ended. Okay. Character select screen, added display switching function. Alright. Options. Added the ability to switch the sound quality of some battle sound effects. Okay. Quality of life shit. Battle system changes. Short dash. Reduce the speed of backwards short dashes. Reduce the recovery time after initiating a dragon dash during a short dash. So that's like just when you're dashing a little bit and then you can like go into the other stuff. So reduce the recovery time after initiating a dragon. Okay. High-speed Dragon Dash. Adjusted the input timing to make it easier to connect rush attacks upon arrival near the opponent. So you get in and you can just start wailing. Reduce the time required to fully charge smash attacks during high-speed Dragon Dash.
During a high-speed Dragon Dash, okay.
So you can just have that ready to go when you get in. Adjusted the system so that even when manipulating the trajectory of the high-speed Dragon Dash, the player will ultimately reach the front of the opponent. Okay. So...
yeah, that's good.
Just adjust where you end up, make it a bit more consistent. Z-Burst Dash, reduce the key needed for activation and change the system to consume key based on the distance traveled after activation. Okay, so if you're trying to get in from further, cost more key. General melee attacks. Increase the key recovered upon hitting an opponent so you get more key for, just comboing. Adjusted the system to make attacks less likely to deviate from the target when used against an opponent immediately after they use a step. So... Just
so you can't. It was harder to sidestep attacks
no. It says less likely to deviate.
But like you'll correct it as the combo keeps going, rather than just whiffing the air for a while. So your opponent can't just sidestep and then laugh as you whiff. They do actually have to start hitting you, otherwise you'll punch them in a minute.
Okay, yeah. Russian fixed an issue where guarding was possible between Russian and rush attacks in some cases, so they adjusted, when you can and can't guard. Good. Rush chains made it possible to activate rush chains even while rush attacks are being automatically invaded by... Okay, so like some specific characters like UI Goku and Whis, they have an automatic dodge function. So they adjusted it to where you can now perform the actual proper rush attacks even though the initial strings are being dodged, just to make it a bit harder for the auto dodge just to get past everything. So that's a nerf to those specific characters, I guess. Smash attack adjusted the system to follow for smoother connections when using smash attacks during rush attacks, so just buffs to the smash attacks in general. Rush Ki Blast reduced the damage, strengthened the damage reduction correction when hitting multiple times in a row. So a little nerf to the Ki Blast. Smash Ki Blast reduced damage of spread type Ki Blast. So like you saw with Khalifa, her charged Ki Blast does like the ones that spread. So I guess if all of them connect, it would deal way bigger damage. So they nerfed that a bit. Made it possible to deflect Smash Ki Blast from Goku. So the UI Goku is able to deflect Smash Ki Blast. Increase the ki needed for and recovery time after firing unblockable Smash Ki attacks. Huh. So I guess maybe there's specific characters that, they could charge unblockable ones, so made it, it's a nerf to that. More ki, more recovery time. Perception made it impossible to perform perception during guard stun. So I guess while you're guarding, you can't just mash perception. It has to be like in between
I've noticed
strings.
that perception's a lot harder to activate than it was before.
Increase the time window for follow-up attacks after successful perception, so harder to activate it, but when you do get it, it's you actually can like a nerf in it.
Be more deliberate with your perception usage.
But when you successfully get it, you actually get a better, more off of it.
A more generous result. Yeah. Like your opponent isn't going to be able to recover from a successful perception counter.
Yeah. Increase the key needed for pawn activation. We saw that. Increase the skill count.
They did it again.
They did it again. Okay,
again.
yeah.
So it wasn't nerfed enough in that regard.
Okay.
Which again, yes, I'm also finding that the more I use perception, like the less key I have free to use stuff. So I'm definitely feeling more of a key shortage.
Yeah. So you gotta be.
It's encouraging a variety of stuff. Like you gotta block more, and I think I have to learn how to use step more.
Yep. So now you can't just fully rely on perception. You have to use all the tools available to you to get the most out of everything you can. Good.
Which is good, because that's exactly what we were complaining about, is that perception was basically the perfect counter to everything. So they've been addressed. Our concerns were correct, and they have been addressing them. This is good.
Okay, so super perception. This is... Okay, so
one more thing for perception. Increase skill count requiring perception against smash and rush chains. Again, that was something else. Very good.
Yeah, it was too easy and too consistent to just do it all the time, so now it's from 1 to 2, so now you get it less, and it's more expensive. So now you have to choose between really skills and perception.
Is it worth it, or should you instead try to block it and take some damage?
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to just have a choice, but that's it. You have to be more aware of your skill.
You have to be more perceptive of how you use perception.
Yeah, and you have to be more aware of you have to be more aware of your meters. You have to be more aware of your skill counters. These are improvements. Yeah. These are definite improvements that give the game a higher skill ceiling.
Okay, so super perception buff the effects granted upon deflecting a blast. So that's when you bounce a Kamehameha away. So you get more ki from deflecting it, and I guess maybe... I've never really looked into it, but maybe you get like a slight attack buff when you do it. So now you're... So here, you're not just encouraged to only rely on vanishing. Now it feels like, hey, if you want to bounce a Kamehameha away with perception, you get more for doing that. So, risk reward. Do you use...
points.
And style points. Okay.
And the trade-off too is that, if you vanish, you also get a couple seconds while the blast is finishing to close distance with your opponent, charge some more ki, etc. Whereas if you deflect it, you are sacrificing some time. So instead of vanishing being the ultimate response, now there's more of a trade-off. Because now if you super perception counter it, then you can get a slight attack buff.
Hey, Gray,
on top of everything else.
On Steam, isn't it possible to revert a game back a couple patches? Because if I could do that and just get footage to show side-by-side comparisons of the specific stuff, like day one versus now, like that's a thing you could do on Steam, right?
I don't know.
I'll look into that later. So blast attacks reduce the damage dealt when hitting with blast or ultimate blaster in a combo. So if you combo into a Kamehameha or your sparking ultimate, deals less damage. So okay, increase damage, like an increase.
You'd probably be forced into offline mode.
Oh, that's fine. All I want is like to go into training mode and see. Reduce the damage dealt when hitting with blast consecutively. I don't know why you would fire off, like, that's really only applies to 2-bar blast supers, but I guess. So, like, if you want to unleash 2 waves of volley energy attacks, you won't get the full damage of both of them. Auto reflect, only characters with 7 DP or higher can activate auto deflect during sparking mode. Okay, so that's a buff to the more expensive characters, so, hey, use those if you want. Increase the automatic key.
You can roll back. You can roll back. There are guides for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Increase the automatic key recovery speed for the first key gauge only. So the first little bar of key you get restores faster. Adjust the camera behavior. Okay. So to prevent accidental throws. Okay. So they made it more. They adjusted to where you actually have to perform a throw intentionally instead of it coming out of nowhere. Adjust the time until character switching become available. So when they say adjust it, I don't know if that means they increased or decreased it, but, whatever. Okay, so skills that automatically evade while it's in an after image. Made it so that the effect is cancelled if perception is used during the effect's activation. So if I'm just holding the perception stance with after image, I'm not just automatically going to have after image pop if it's not an attack that can be dodged via perception. So like that's a nerf to those specific.
Here's the thing. I think it's because here's the thing. I was encountering this myself, where I swear like I had after image, like
ready to go.
Loaded,
yeah.
But it didn't activate, but it's still spent. I think it's because I was also trying to use perception. So if you're using perception, when your after image would go off, you actually cancel it out. So you can't just perception spam.
So you can't just after image and perception spam. Okay.
Yeah. Like you have to commit to, once you have after image activated, you basically don't want to touch perception until after it pops.
Okay. So the rest is kind of just character specific stuff. So I don't really think we need to
damage adjustments.
Yeah, it's skill points adjustments here and there. We don't need to go through all of that. But okay, do you want to do a few more matches, and then?
Yeah, I'll do a couple more.
Okay.
Yeah, see if I can master a little bit more of the melee combat.
Like now that we understand the nerfs to perception and after image and all that stuff.
Yeah, because working off the old muscle memory definitely isn't helping.
Let's go Cell Games. So yeah, just the general makes it harder to use perception, but when you get it, there's a bit more reward to it. Things like stacking afterimage on top of perception is nerfed. Just it's harder to vanish, so it makes it to where you have to use all the defensive options. It really like the movement and positioning. People will still unironically look at me reading patch notes understanding how games have been adjusted and thinking about it critically. They'll still look at me and say, "Oh, a skill issue."
Damn it.
I'd best lend a hand.
Yeah, no, your melee game has definitely improved to the point where I'm not really sure how to deal with it. Like I think, like once someone's got the melee game advantage, it's very difficult to find a counter for that, or at least for me.
Oh shit, yeah. See, like, Special Beam Cannon would have just whipped there.
Yeah.
So it's like, that move fucking sucks. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing there. Can't do this to my waifu, Gray. Yeah, so I can't even, like, dash around it.
Yeah. That's all the strategy I got. Basically, just find the one thing that you're weak to and punish you until you figure out how to deal with it.
I mean, that's a strategy, you know? Figure out where I'm ass.
All you've done is make me more excited to kill you. Be gone! You've fallen for it!
Wide open.
Oh, that looks sick as hell! Oh, I didn't know that was a thing! Oh, dude, like comboing a grab like that? Oh, that looked awesome! Holy shit, why did I know that was a thing? Yeah, vanishing death beam is really tricky.
Yeah.
Why you?
Definitely your advantage is that like, you know how to like combo and punish, and I just do not.
Almost. I'm ready.
Nope.
Don't try me!
Ah, damn it.
Shit! Tag me in!
Oh yeah, Yamcha has considerably less health considering how long he was tagged out for.
After him! Go wild!
Damn it. Damn it, I'm out.
See, like, that was a really sick, nasty reset, right?
Yeah.
Thought you'd be stronger.
I don't want to, you know, if you want to stop, you know, by all means, like, don't.
Yeah, probably a good place, because, like...
I don't want you to get
I'm
mad.
gonna be throwing my face at a brick wall for a while here against
Well,
you.
well, seriously, thank you for, you know, helping me out with this. Instead of doing, like, another, like, actual match, can we both just go Super Z Broly and just re-look at, like, you know, the bullshit, you know, like, rush sparking crap? Because
Sure.
I actually want... I need footage of us actually, like, deflecting while turning and all that shit. Okay. Remove. Place Krillin. Just Super Z Broly. Let's not overcomplicate it.
Let's get started.
Alright, so where is he? Is this him? Super Saiyan Broly Z.
Yeah, and not Super Broly. It's Super Legendary Z Broly. Yeah. Oh, great! Remember the times, the good old days. Remember when this game took skill, and now it's like.
Really me? Then I have no need to hold anything back.
Okay, we're gonna have to wait for perception to, you know, build up. So let's just fight.
Here.
Yeah. This was definitely like the best part of that video. I'm upset that I like took I put it in like the 20-minute mark. That bit of us like make the Evo bit that I put in there. Okay, like you go sparking, I'll just like, you know what to do. I'll just like mash deflect. Yeah, so as long as so I'm turning with you way more consistently. So as long as I'm like actually moving around, you can't just stun lock me into. Okay, maybe you can, but like it's way harder.
That's the thing, like you are gaining so many skill counter bars too.
Hey, on top, yeah, that too.
Die on me. You are no longer amused.
That's the thing, like. I say, like, you went up to 6 fucking skill counter bars from how much ki you deflected.
Yeah, let's do it point blank. Match the ki blast point blank. I want to see how that looks.
Point blank ki blast?
Yeah.
Alright.
And move. And don't forget to, you know, move around a bit. You know, just like. Okay, so it's not as consistent.
I mean, it's pretty bad, but it's not that bad.
But also, like, go back and sparking. Just let's and like look at the damage you deal when you just do that. Yeah, you just mash into me. It's like, see, you're doing noticeably
but, like,
less
there's also
and less.
delays because there's like that cooldown period now.
Yeah. Well, it might also be a distance thing. Like, you fire them off.
No. Like, after you
no?
fire off all of them, there's a cooldown between when you can fire off the next full batch.
Oh, okay.
So the DPS
Yeah.
alone is down.
Okay, yeah, so that strategy, it's still kind of there, you know, just spamming this. Like, it's fine, but it's nowhere near as brain dead and belligerent. It's not just the strategy. And I'm pretty sure they also nerfed, like, specifically Broly and Z Goku's supers, where you can actually, like, do your ultimate attack. I just want to see if I can raw dog vanish it.
Prepare to die.
Yeah, see, okay, so I fucked it up, but you saw, like, there's no actual build-up and then the attack launched. Remember, like, when we were first doing it, it just instantly came out. So there's no, like, you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
So as
Let's
you
try it again with a bit more distance this time.
Okay.
Killed enough.
So, like, the idea of using your Ki Blast to guarantee an ultimate, what they nerfed it by reducing the damage you deal with the actual ultimate attack itself and how much the Ki Blasts do. So it's still it's still okay. It's not removed entirely, but it's nerfed and like good. Like
Yeah. Now, okay, so here's another thing. So fire off a whole bunch of Ki Blasts at me,
Long as I.
like
okay.
from right up in my face. Like now you do the Ki Blast circling thing.
Oh, I'm out of Ki. I'm out of Ki.
Yes, yeah.
You kind of have to like turn with the opponent, but see, this is why it really only works in sparking because that's it's expensive to do that exclusively. So
Yeah.
oh, they also specifically nerfed Kakarot. It used to take 3, now it takes 4. Yeah, I'm just kind of like trying to mash it out. So yeah, so
And here's the other thing, like, because I can move now as well, because now it doesn't lock you in, because that was one of the main problems with Ki Blast spam, is that it locked you into position. So, like, now, like, here, try to get up in my face as you do this.
Okay.
Like, re-enter sparking,
yeah.
and then try to get as close to me as possible with Ki Blast spam.
Oh, like close the distance while doing it. Gotcha.
Yeah, like, close it, to try to make it so that I can't do it properly.
Yeah, I'm kind of mashing it out, and it's just, you know, like it's not coming out.
But here's the other thing: there's definite delays in between the Ki Blast,
Yeah.
where it might be possible to like offer up different bits of countering.
Okay. Okay, let me do my just like mash the button thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just try flying, see if that works better than being on the ground for this.
I'm sorry, I did a move by mistake. Fucked up. Yeah, I just want to see like. Oh wait, that's right. Like some characters, like Broly, he just automatically does like an actual. Like,
no, that was me actually trying to dodge.
No.
If you want me to just hold still.
No, what I'm saying is like Z Broly, he does like the actual vanish combo. You saw like other character like that
Alright.
like that's just what he does. Like other characters you saw, like they just keep going. But
It's time.
let's just end it. No need to I could do this more research part, by myself. I don't want to hold you up.
If you want. Like now's a good time to like test all the conditions where you can't tell an NPC to do it. So
Yeah, exactly.
like anything else that you wanted to research before I bounce?
No, we went over the patch notes. I saw like the changes, we experienced them, and the game doesn't feel as centered around those just
Let's try
Bl-
one more thing.
okay.
Z Broly.
oh, okay.
You already left.
Well,
it
no,
in.
I mean, do you want like what'd you want to
Well, I was
try?
just thinking like, because that was like Broly versus Broly that we tested. I'd be curious to test Z Broly versus non-Z Broly. To like see if it's easier to break out of the Ki Blast spam.
We can do that another day. Like,
Yeah. All right.
but yeah, so everyone say thank you, Gray, and all that.
Okay.
I had fun.
Let's take a peek.
It feels more fun than it did way back when. But actually, Gray, don't hop out just yet. I want to actually tell you my findings. So I'm gonna go to Jiren's fight. Like, there's one specific fight with Jiren where you have to beat like 17 Frieza, Vegeta, and Goku back to back with one character, and that's where like doing the mashing strategy really just became a necessity because of just how much shit you have to do, So As-
Yeah, I'm popping in right now to your stream, so.
Okay, I have to select, story map it. Story map. And even if it's like less damage, let's see, details. Yep, so I'll do this fight, just get back into sparking and go from there. Let me skip. Oh yeah, there we go.
Jiren, tell me.
No one appears to be coming to your rescue. Either you're highly uncharismatic or you simply have no friends, Jiren.
I am not like you. I do not require saving
skill
by my
issue.
comrades.
Slight correction. Frieza barely constitutes as a comrade.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, we're just in a temporary alliance. This guy's actually one of Goku's most hated
Okay,
enemies.
so this doesn't count because his back is to me.
This alliance
But-
comprised entirely of those Goku has once.
I mean, you're gonna have
No,
to face
okay,
off a
yeah.
number of
So
them,
they still don't block.
After I take you down.
I don't know, is Jiren, like, I'll actually have to, like, set the CPU to block after I do this shit just to make sure. Because, like,
They didn't change the campaign settings to make it work.
I also need to just... Oh my god, he blocks! He blocks! Yes! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
He blocked it! Oh my god! Like, I'll actually go
He's
through...
blocking! It's amazing!
I'll go through the actual notes to see, oh, adjusted the fucking CPU's AI in episode battle. It just... Because, like, when it's to their back, it doesn't really count, but...
Yeah, but like to the front, if they actually, oh my god, they'll hold RB after a while.
But it's not consistent. Remember, like, after the first 8 hits, like, it is actually a consistent thing. You can just start blocking.
It's useless! Over here!
Yeah, just like, oh, like, the fact that he did it even a little bit is still, like, impressive.
An improvement, yeah. Doesn't make it as brain dead a technique. You can still get screwed.
All I want to see is, like, first try using this. Can I still beat this, like, really hard fight, first try, just by doing this shit? That's all I want to see.
I mean, I'm guessing the answer is still probably yes. Especially if you do the Dragon Dash and get behind them.
And also, I'm just skilled.
Yeah, basically the entire duration of sparking, like, you're just gonna, yeah. Oh no, he's blocking! He's blocking! And
But
he's
not
no longer
enough,
blocking.
though.
I don't know.
You're in my head.
I am dealing, like, considerably less damage overall. Like, it's not even a full health bar. But that doesn't matter when, like, I can just loop this shit.
Yeah. Like, and it's still probably more DPS than, like, if you were to fight the traditional way.
Exactly.
Over here.
To me, though, it's just the fact that even point blank, after just mashing, they still don't automatically start blocking and all. Like 7 months in, this shit's inexcusable. I should not be able to cheese a fight by doing this. Oh yeah, I know
Yeah.
I know it deals less damage overall, so it's not as belligerent, but still, it's just...
I'm honestly just willing to bet that they focused entirely on multiplayer because that's where most criticism comes from. Like, people aren't going to complain near as much as you will about
because it's...
story mode being easy.
Well, it's not even easy. It's brain dead that I have a problem with.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, again, like a lot of the Sparking Zero audience, like the multiplayer people aren't going to care about it. Like they're just going to want to blitz through story mode once to unlock as many characters in multiplayer, and then they will completely ignore single player from then on. Like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like they just beat the story mode campaign once, and then they stop caring. To the point where now Call of Duty's like, why even make a single player campaign? Just release the multiplayer and make them pay for that. They'll pay for it.
Okay, I got like almost no health left and a dream.
What are you doing here?
To fight, of course. Let's work together. Then I bet we can take down Jiren easy.
Did you forget who you're speaking to? Where the hell is your Saiyan pride?
Vegeta, this isn't like
Super Saiyan Blue versus Jiren.
win this tournament.
Than you, Goku. Your strength is almost as great as mine, yet you would rely on others.
Okay, so I lost. It's fine. The fact that like it's still a thing though, I don't like that. It just like yeah, I deal less damage overall, so it's not as brain dead, but it's still just. I still think it's the strategy just to cheese out every fight you can.
Like, is that a battle where you need to beat under a time limit anyway?
Well, not really, but it's still like a
so-
1v4 where they're all really strong and shit. Actually, so Gray, do you want to at least stick around to watch me play some online?
Check it out. It's a new
Yeah. I'll stick in the chat.
Well, I mean, I was gonna stream it to you on Discord. That way you can see it like in the moment.
check it out.
That way there's no delay.
Kind of tablet.
How's it repaired?
Is that
Alright.
cool?
Finished yet?
Yep. I just don't know. Well, the thing is, I don't want that to like affect your performance because you're streaming to OBS, and you'll be streaming online, and you'll be playing online.
It's Sparking Zero, Gray. Do you really think I care?
Yes.
This is getting exciting.
Not really. The ranked match and
Do I
ranking
think
systems
you-
are.
Do I
God-
think you care about lag in a Dragon Ball Z fighting game? Yes, I do.
God damn, no, ranked matches are fucking turned off. Like, they're undergoing maintenance, so I guess I'll have to do that another stream. So, never mind, Rip Bozo. I guess Shala is just destroying the servers, and they have to figure out how to contain his power. But anyways, this has been a very productive stream. I'm glad that they adjusted the game. I'm glad that they, you know, fixed some shit. But still,
This is what you wanted to watch, right?
It just feels like a lot of their stuff within the December and January patches. It's like that's shit that should have been there day one, at least in my opinion.
Day zero, not
Day-
even day one.
Yeah, day
Like
zero.
it shouldn't have.
Okay, let's look at customization. So yeah, there's still like no accessories for anyone. So like, why the fuck would you even put this accessory tab in the first place? Like, I don't get this. Just remove that. If only 5 or 6 characters actually have something to equip, then just don't fucking put that in there. Like when I have, when I
It's like
see,
they had more plans to do it initially, and then they just got tired halfway through because they realized that this isn't Soul Calibur.
well, what they could do is give you like 10 different key charge effects. Like that would at least look cool. You know, give Yamcha like a fiery one instead of like his normal human one. That could fill up the
But
10
again, you gotta
slots. Like that's
consider,
fine.
Like every single one of those is a custom animation that has to be designed and textured
Yeah.
and put in.
This is what you want.
Like, and to do that for over 100+ characters, plus if they do it for every single character, then they have to do it for every single DLC character. And people are going to complain if there's like too many effects that are the same.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, I think that just having accessories as an option was a silly idea and shouldn't have been used in the first place.
And for the few characters that do have it, just let it be to those few characters. Like, don't tease that it's
make it
there.
an outfit. Make it an outfit thing.
Energizing sometimes.
Like, just make it alternate outfits. Like, what is it? Like, oh, here, this one gets
like-
a scouter or something.
Yeah, like Halo, Scouter, Roshi's glasses. Like, that's about it.
Yeah, no. That could just be fucking outfit changes. That does not need to be accessories.
Yeah.
I've come up with a fun new game. Makes Sue happy.
But overall, Gray, what are your thoughts? Do you think that the game feels better?
It's better.
Okay.
Like it's definitely an improvement. We definitely wouldn't have been as harsh on it if it was in this state.
Do your best.
Am I still disappointed by it? Yes.
Okay. And that wasn't supposed to be like a dismissive. Okay. It's like
No. That's the thing. Like that's just my conclusion. That's the thing. Like, would I still prefer Budokai Tenkaichi 2 getting a PC port? Yes. Like I just.
But do you at least think it, like, if you don't think that this warrants like a third video in of itself, like, you know?
No, I'd say kind of like as a finale. Like, okay, so they updated it, they released it. I don't know how well it because here's the thing, I don't know the competition for PC Dragon Ball Z 3D fighting game.
I mean, actually, let me, while we're just here shooting the shit, let me actually try to find, like, the Steam charts and look at the other Dragon Ball games. Okay, yeah, Steam charts, what's being played? Oh, wait, no, I don't think that, it's,
So, because, like,
okay, yeah.
right now, Xenoverse is $8. Like, even like Xenoverse is like full 3D. Like I'm not gonna compare to Fighter Z because that's a 2D fighter. It's that like separate category entirely.
Yeah.
Like Xenoverse Bundle Edition is $8. Flat Xenoverse is $5.
Okay, so let's see. Xenoverse 2 has a concurrent player base right now, 832. So 800 people, 24-hour peak, 885. So an average just monthly, it looks to be about just
about 100 below. That's the thing. It's like 120 to 115 below
Yeah.
Sparking Zero.
Yeah. And then let's look at fighters, because fighters. Dragon Ball Fighters has 713 right now, 797 and 24-hour peak. So in terms of player count, and actually let me just look up Sparking Zero right now. So for Sparking Zero,
Also,
there's 1,500 people playing the game right now with ranked mode turned off. People are still playing this game, double the amount of Xenoverse and Fighters. So in terms of a player base, this game has not fallen off. As you know, as much as I dislike the game, as hard as I still am on this game, I don't think it's fallen off. Now, to be fair, DBFZ is 6 years old and hasn't gotten an update in like a year. Xenoverse 2 is a bit, tried out. Like, that game's, 8 years old at this point? So, it's like...
That's the thing. And keep in mind, Xenoverse 2 is going... Like, the Xenoverse stuff is going to be in that same category as a cult game. Like, you're only going to have the people who, really like Xenoverse 2 playing Xenoverse 2.
Yeah.
They're going to play it because they like that game far more than Sparking Zero. How many of them tried it out? Don't know, but you're going to have that, that audience is going to stick with that. Whereas a bunch of Sparking Zero, they're not playing it because Sparking Zero is better. They're playing it because Sparking Zero is the newest.
Yeah.
And they're going to jump to Sparking Zero 2 or whatever the new Dragon Ball fighting 3D fighting game comes out is going to be.
But as hard as I am on this game, I didn't like it when it launched. I'm still a bit iffy on it. I actually want to play some ranked against multiple people because you could argue, oh, the only reason why I was kicking your ass is because I know you as a player. So it's like I want to play the game a bit more so I can get in the zone before I make a video on it, because I want to be fair. I don't want to just tear it apart for the sake of clicks. And
Well, that's
part.
the thing. It's not a bad game. Like, taking it in isolation, I could give it at its highest an 8.
That's very generous.
But I'd give it an 8. Is it a solid Dragon Ball Z fighting game, playable on PC, modern graphics, mechanically? Yes, I'd give it 8 out of 10. You're like, if you like this, you're gonna have fun with it. You're gonna enjoy your time with it.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to probably be able to, especially if Broly's been nerfed, multiplayer. You'd have to try
it looks like,
yourself to see how well the multiplayer scene has improved.
I am interested in hopping on ranked. Yeah, and
but at the very least, yes, it does feel like an 8 out of 10 game. If you're a fan of this genre, if you're a fan of 3D Dragon Ball Z fighting style games, you'll probably like this. And with it on sale right now, I'd even say yes, now's a good time to get it. It's relatively cheap. I can't recommend any of the DLC because that shit seems like overpriced hot trash. But
I mean, I kicked your ass with shallots, so you know.
No, I'm talking like the fucking $20 anime music packs.
Wait, are you talking for like they added that for Sparking Zero?
Yep.
Oh.
And they got a lot of negative reviews. Yeah, like
what are the music?
Like, there's two $20 anime music packs.
Can you? I mean, I can look at it myself just to see the like songs. Hopefully. Oh yeah. Okay. Music pack 1. Shala, we got power. Day of Destiny. So like I believe that's Day of Fate, Spirit versus Spirit. You know. About Akuma no Broly.
Yeah. Please note that the song tracks are either TV sized or shortened versions for the game. You're not even getting the full fucking song.
And the second one is Prologue and Subtitle 1 and 2. You got the GT opening theme, Solid State Scouter, the Super Broly theme, Blizzard, the Saikawa no Fusion song, which I fucking love that song. But $15 just to listen to fucking music? Okay,
yeah,
this is what
they weren't even included in the pre-order. They weren't even included in the Ultimate Edition.
Okay, looking at this is another example of like this is egregious money. Like, just get as much money as you can, kind of business practice. I want to make it clear that stuff like this, it's not as bad as loot boxes and like casino style, like just microtransactions, right? But $15 for 8 songs?
You know what? No, Chaz. I'm going to say it is.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's worse because in those, like, as someone who has played a fair bit of Azure Lane and dropped money into it, if I drop $40 into Azure Lane, I'm getting some gameplay value out of that. Like, I'm getting like draws for whatever waifu ship of the month I'm really pulling for. I'm building out the character. So like for $40, if a new character comes out, and not just one character, but like a whole set of characters comes out, and I drop $40 into Azure Lane, I will get like enough pulls and side accessories that I can probably get the entire roster. This, like, here's the thing, like $20 Canadian, $15 US for maybe 1 CD's worth of music.
Like, you could literally
but it's not even like a full CD. You're not even getting the full fucking soundtrack. You're getting like, you could probably go on fucking Spotify and buy all of these songs for cheaper.
Or you just go onto YouTube with like a Brave browser so you don't get ads and just make a playlist for free and play the game listening to that playlist. $30 for music.
You could probably even rip these things out of the game itself.
If you want to go the extra mile, yeah. It's
like,
just,
if you really wanted to go the extra mile. But like, who wants the fucking game soundtrack stuff? Like, not even the original soundtrack. TV and game edits.
Shortened versions.
Like, who would pay? Like, why would you pay additional money to get the cut down version of a song?
Like, if you're thinking from the perspective of, oh, I'm making YouTube edits for it, well, then just turn off the music entirely
You
and put it in.
can't. No, that's the thing. You can't, because if you put these in, you're gonna get copyright
Oh
struck.
yeah, that too. You can't use Shala Headshot or We Got a Power. It's got to be some niche remix version. So it's like,
That's the thing. Is like you probably can't even remain silent. I think, like, you know how the main menu system has so many like characters talking so frequently.
yeah.
I'm willing to bet that that's just to prevent automatic copyright striking of the background songs.
Maybe. But
I wouldn't put it past them. Like, because otherwise, if people like sat idle in the menu for like 40 seconds, they'd probably get a copyright strike.
yeah, at least looking at this now,
you can't use this for anything. There's literally no reason to get this. It's an inferior product to what's already available.
at the very least, it's good to see mostly negative for these DLCs.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, everyone sees this. It's like, it's insulting that they released this for money. If they'd released it for free,
Or
like
$2 or $3 per, for one of them, like that'd be fine. Okay, you want $2 so I could jam out to Blizzard, like, which, you know, should have been in base game,
yeah,
whatever.
But $5, like $5 for the pair, awesome, fine. Like that would have been fine. But $15 to $20 per pack,
that's just egregious.
that's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Like, literally, the fucking season pass alone
is less than it.
Which,
like
no, on your end it's less than mine.
Oh, okay, wait. No, like the Dragon Ball Daima pack with Goku, Glorio, Vegeta, and the girl, it's $10. So it's like one of the DLC packs is less.
3 characters.
4.
Yeah, like fucking a DLC pack. Yeah, that's bullshit.
Okay, yeah. But
so no, that DLC, like the fucking song DLC, is absolute fucking trash.
okay.
And not even.
And yet, you want to know what's still funny? People would still buy it. Like, people, the whole vote with your wallet thing doesn't work against normies. They're gonna see, oh, I can listen to Blizzard for $15, and then like,
no, you got to consider though, like, no, you got to remember, Chaz, that only works for stuff like Call of Duty. Like,
and the Switch 2, and the Switch 2.
Okay, but Lilo and Stitch was a whole bunch of fucking adults taking their kids to it because they wanted to be able to watch Lilo and Stitch in theaters with their kids, and they're doing it to entertain their children.
Yeah,
that's it. Parents, those kinds of parents do not do quality control, but gaming is a far more niche audience thing, especially a Dragon Ball Z fighter game.
Yeah.
Like, as popular as Dragon Ball Z is amongst normies, they're not going to play this.
At least not for any long time. Like, they'll play it for a week and then, you know.
Well, again, you got to compare, like, Elden Ring had almost 10 times as much peak and 5 times as much concurrence.
Yeah.
Like 3 to 5 times, like at least 3 times as many concurrence. And they did not put, like, there was the one DLC of Night Rain, which basically adds a whole second campaign. No, that was Shadow of the Erd Tree. Night Rain's basically
Night Rain is its own thing.
Its own thing, which personally not too interested in, because I need to find 2 other people willing to play it with me.
I was thinking the same thing. So, like, maybe if it goes on sale, the 2 of us, like, we did the co-op with Yoshkin, so maybe, you know, if he wants to, we could team up.
But I'd rather, that's the thing, like, if I'm gonna go back to playing Elden Ring, like, I want to A, stream it again, and B, I want to do Shadow of the Erd Tree.
And you're just upset that my numbers would mog yours if we simultaneously streamed. I get it. Actually, no, that's a complete lie. I pulled that out of my ass. I don't get good live viewer numbers, but, you know, it's fine.
No, typically, I've seen your live, Chaz. Your numbers do mog mine.
Well, only when I'm, like, doing other shit with other people. When it's just me playing Dark Souls silently, I'll get like maybe 10 people, and then I'll see like you're playing Warhammer. I saw you got up to 25 viewers.
Okay,
yeah?
that was one stream. Like that's the anomaly, not the norm. I get far better engagement when I'm roasting Sean.
Fair enough. But anyways, after playing the game, after looking at the patch notes and looking at Steam.
Actually, here's an interesting metric. Because like I actually got like just kind of a final thing to like give you an idea of how much the PvP stuff is. So I just got the Connected Rivals achievement. So fought in 100 online battles.
For Sparking Zero?
For Sparking Zero.
Okay.
As of right now, 14.6% of people who have bought this game on Steam have that achievement.
Oh, let me look at my let me take a look. Huh?
Like compared to so for comparison, summoning Shenron, half of the player base has done that, exactly 50%.
And also, I mean, part of that is also like in the deluxe edition, like if you get that, you automatically get Shenron. So
or like and then like completing Vegeta's Saga, 30%.
So people couldn't even get through like Goku's saga at that point. Like they finished Goku and they get through Vegeta's and it's like, man, fuck. Yeah, 39% of completed Goku's saga. Huh. So not even 40% of people finished Goku's story mode campaign, which mind you is the best one because it's the longest and has the most extra like split paths. So that's funny.
Yeah, like this I think is a good way to measure like did a game fall off or not. Because like I'd say 100 online battles, like that means that less than 1 in 5 people who bought the game stuck around in the multiplayer long, like for a very long period of time.
Yeah. At the very least, you know, I do think it's a, you know, not fascinating, but I do think it's a cool question to ponder of like what qualifies a game falling off and just talk about that in general. Because like all the way back in the 80s when it was just the NES and Sega Genesis, kids on their weekend would go to a game store, rent a game, and for that weekend they'd play nothing but that game because like that's all they had. So they were encouraged to get as much content out of the game as humanly possible in that short amount of time. And that hasn't changed. When a new game comes out, you're going to want to play that new game as much as you can. Now, I've used the 50 hours in the first week metric to show like I played this game a ton in the first week, so I know what I'm talking about. But I remember seeing people talk about Monster Hunter World, I believe was the new one. A guy said, this game has the most repetitive gameplay loop. I've gotten bored of it way too fast. And it's like, he played 60 hours in the first week. Of course the game is going to feel repetitive and samey when you've been doing nothing but playing the same fucking game all that time. So like, would Sparking Zero feel less repetitive if I didn't play all of it in 1 week? Like, think about it like this. If you have a guy who works a 9 to 5 and has a family, he only gets an hour to game every other day, and he wants to play some Sparking Zero just to chill and cool off, that guy's not going to say the same things I say about how repetitive it is, how boring it is.
Yeah.
He's going to have more fun than I am because his perspective is different than mine. And like that's
the thing. That's where like trying to give a general review of a game, you always have to consider who is the game's target audience and what are they going to do? Because let me put it this, like, here's the thing though, Chaz. Sparking Zero is not made for the guy who's trying to unwind. This is not a relaxing game. This is a sweaty game.
Hearing
story mode, it's challenging. Yeah. Like if someone wants to unwind, like
it wouldn't be their first pick.
They're probably gonna play something like Skyrim
or like Dark Souls 3. That's my unwind game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that your heart monitor streams have proven.
Or maybe they should just play some Getting Over It, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. So honestly, Elden Ring is probably more of an unwind game because you go in, you screw around for an hour, you're further ahead.
Yeah.
But no, like Sparking Zero, like fighting games are not relaxing games. They're challenge games. So I should have just like if a guy was like, yeah, I've only got like an hour to play a game.
It would be
and
their
I
first
like
pick.
Dragon Ball Z. I would
Xenoverse.
not recommend Sparking Zero.
Probably
Yeah,
Xenoverse.
Xenoverse would be. Yeah.
Or maybe
Dude,
Kakarot.
dude plays something like that. I think like you recommend more of a story-heavy narrative game. Where like, here, play the video game instead of watching the anime or whatever.
Yeah. It's just something to think about because, my perspective,
consider
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But if someone was like, hey, I'm really into fighting games. Fighting games are my jam.
I'll tell them to play Dragon Ball Fighters. It's like I still think it's a better fighting game in general.
But if they're like, oh, but I like 3D fighters, it's like, well, unless floating and flying around is absolutely essential, no, you're not going to want to play Sparking Zero.
Yeah.
Like, if you want a 3D fighter, Soul Calibur, Tekken, like, those are probably going to be far... Well, they're far more mechanically deep. Because, like, let's be honest, aside from special attacks, most characters in Sparking Zero have the exact same moveset.
Yeah, it's the same 7 or so rush strings. XXY does like the flying kick or gut punch, attack that like turns the opponent around. It's like the same general 10 different rush strings shared between 100 characters.
There's not a lot of mechanical depth between the characters. Like,
it really is just
aside
like
from how hard.
What skills do they have and what rush strings do they have, and you just find the characters you like with the best combination of them all that fit into the DP system.
So there's some differences, but not really. But when you compare to something like Soul Calibur, where every character has a completely unique moveset and multiple stances even within said moveset, like, you are not going to play like Mitsurugi the same way you're going to play Raphael.
Yeah.
You're just not.
Well, anyways, I'm gonna call the stream here. I'm gonna try to edit a shorter video, for tomorrow, just to get that out there. So maybe I'll get some ad revenue off of that. But at the very least, I do feel justified in making a final follow-up video. Just get my thoughts out there. Like, has the game improved? Yes. Is it good? Yes. Do I enjoy it more? I want to play some actual ranked matches against other people. That way it's like...
it's changed enough and it's improved enough that you're going to give it a second chance.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where... as it came
out... It's not going to be like... Like, you're not going to, like, train to become a master of this. There's not the mechanical depth.
Another aspect of, like, did we expect too much of this game? I got some people deadass telling me, well, No Man's Sky had a good bounce back after its rocky launch. People genuinely expect Sparking Zero to bounce back to the level of No Man's Sky, which is like the outlier in rocky launch, but like everyone loves the game.
But that's but No Man's Sky was the kind of thing that got a bounce back because its flaw was how fucking empty the game was.
And they just kept adding shit to it. And like they kept adding shit to it.
It's like Minecraft. Like, if you released Minecraft 1 today, like, the core gameplay is still good, but people would complain like there's no variety in the terrain.
There's not enough mobs and blah blah blah.
Minecraft beta, be like who would buy Minecraft nowadays when there's only the orc forest biome, no nether, no ender dragon,
no hunger bar? It's like
no hunger bar. You're just eating to refill health. Like, no one would bother with it. Like, they'd call it trash. And then Minecraft today is like the hottest shit ever.
Yeah. But like, that's what I mean by people's expectations might be too high. And when expectations are too high, the game that is perfectly fine and just okay ends up looking way worse than it does. It's like when you release a YouTube video, you expect it to get 100,000 views. And then it gets like 30,000. By all means, it did fine. Like, proportional to like how big your channel is, right? Like, it did fine. It did its rounds. It did good. People watched it. It wasn't just a complete flop. But when you expect it to just blow up, it looks like it did worse than It really did. With Sparking Zero, it sold well, people still play it, it's still getting updates. So I wouldn't say it fell off. I just think people expected a bit too much of it. But that's my opinion. Because remember, Gray, I didn't play the Tenkaichi series. I played like Raging Blast and shit. So it's different enough.
Let me check something else. So, okay, Chaz, what PC, like what Dragon Ball Z game on Steam would you see as the predecessor to Sparking Zero?
Man, I wouldn't really say any of them because like Xenoverse and Fighters just they're in their own bubbles.
Well, yeah, it's like, it wouldn't be Fighters because that's 2D, but like 3D combat with multiplayer.
I mean, the only good option is Xenoverse, but like that's like completely different with like the customization, the create a character, and all that stuff. Like I said, I don't really think that's something I wanted to avoid. It's like if
you compare Xenoverse, like where the peak was 22, like almost 23,000, like at launch,
to the 120,000.
Yeah, like Sparking Zero, definitely a success. That's the thing. So yeah, like okay, like I say, I can agree. I can agree that expectations might have been high, but it still was highly successful.
Yeah,
like it was a successful game. Like I can't really deny that.
Like that's what I mean by I want to be I don't want to be charitable. I want to be fair. And to be fair, as much as I dislike the game, it did well, and I'm glad that it's getting updates. It feels better now, but it's still just like you got those bad monetary practices. It feels like the game came out 2 months too early, and then the way people try to defend the game by saying, like, the fact that people told me that I should have waited to make my initial video because of like the first patch that fixes everything. We have people now defending the just patch it and fix it later mentality. I thought that the internet as a whole has hated that. But now
okay, but here's the other thing. Now this is where I'm going to call bullshit on that specifically, because a big part of the initial reviews is, do people spend money at launch when the game is at its most expensive? Yeah. Like that's the question you are answering. Because here's the thing, after that 6-month patch, the game might be 50% off. Like the game's going to go down in price.
And when it's 50% off and has been better, yeah, like get it later. Don't get it now. Don't get it day one.
Because like getting it right now, like what's it currently going for on Steam? Like Sparking Zero
store page.
Yeah, like initially it was like $100. Now it's 65. Like I still think that's a bit pricey for what you're getting.
And like, that's in Canadian. That's Canadian, right?
Yeah, but okay. Yeah, okay, but okay. Let me compare that again. Like I'm going to use Elden Ring as my fucking metric. Yeah.
No, it's just like when we said $100 Canadian, it's like I'm having to like I looked at it now. It's like 48. Sorry. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, 48. Okay, but like Elden Ring is like $80 Canadian, so like $60 USD. Yeah. So this game is more expensive than Elden Ring. Sparking Zero.
Let me look
more expensive than Elden Ring. Is it unreasonable to expect a higher level of quality than Elden Ring?
Dragon Ball Fighters is at like $10 right now. Like, okay, keep in mind it is a summer sale, so it's like it's an older game.
Check the max price. Check its highest price.
Oh, $60. It's a standard $60 title, like most AAA games were. But now it's like the games are getting more expensive. They're still finding ways to get as much money from people as they can with like DLC and anime music packs.
So straight up, no, expectations were not too high for Sparking Zero. This isn't some fucking $30 to $40 indie game.
It's a $70 title on the biggest anime IP from a company that knows how to make games. So it's like we expected just some.
No, expectations were not too high. Even at its current price, I wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
Like it would have to if it was half off, then it's worth it. But that's why making the thing at launch, like, no, if you're gonna launch this and launch it for fucking $80+, like launch it for the price of goddamn Grand Theft Auto.
And I
This
get
is
like
not
half-baked,
Grand Theft Auto worth.
and it's like I get a half-baked competitive scene that's way too easy to cheese, combos that just don't work even though the tutorial encourages me to do them. The combat is just repetitive, the story modes, CPUs are way too easy to cheese. And so it's like day one, yeah, don't get it. And as you said, now on a sale 7 months later, sure. It looks like it's fun.
Even now, I can be like, look, if you're a really
If you're
hardcore
if you're
fan
a
and you've been
diehard
waiting,
Dragon Ball fan and it's like you couldn't afford it day one, get it on a sale and you'll have fun. But it's just, but like this is why I'm glad to have someone to talk about this with. Like we both played the game on like launch, so it's like we both understand it. So. But yeah, I'm gonna call this. I'm gotta work on some kind of video like tonight and tomorrow. So, Gray, do you have any last thing to say before we call it here?
Nothing off the top of my head. I was just looking up Budokai Tenkaichi 2. I'm just trying to see like how much that sold, and it looks like 650,000 units for the PS2.
Okay.
Back in 06. So
I believe Tenkaichi 3 sold 3 million, 4 million total. So the Tenkaichi series has always sold well. So it's like it was practically guaranteed to do well. But
yeah, and that was console only too.
Exactly. It's like but yeah, I'm gonna call it here, chat. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the hype gameplay, and I'll definitely hop on Sparking Zero again in like a few days, maybe a week, see when the server is no longer under maintenance, so I can get some more footage. But overall, I think I'm justified in making a third and final follow-up video. So, but also rinse due, so I gotta get on that. Alright, chat. Have a good one.
Peace out.